Like,
I'm ready!
of a retired artist.
Yes, and then everything you draw.
Like Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Yes.
Or SpongeBob and that pencil he found.
Imagination.
Yeah.
By the way, if you haven't seen the new movie, Harold and the Purple Crayon, it's really cute. And you should see
I haven't seen it, no.
It has
Harold?
Zachary Levi.
Oh, from Shazam.
Yeah. And other things. I know him mostly from Chuck. If you haven't seen Chuck, you should watch Chuck. Chuck is fun.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, yeah. Harold and the Purple Crayon was very cute. I wonder
Okay,
if it's
well,
on
haven't
DVD. I
seen
should
Chuck.
try it.
It's game time now, however.
You should definitely watch Chuck. Oh my gosh.
It's a sad day. So, who is going to give us the recap of last game? I think it was Senior Davy who took the last notes.
Last time.
So it sounds like we need Davy movie announcer notes.
Yay!
So let her rip.
Last time on Marvel Superheroes. The Legacy. Did stuff. What did they do? Well, in the morning, at the Vane, Hyperion finished the crown for Lightbringer. That was fun. Then they invited Wraith over to speak about Senia. When Wraith came over, he said, Hyperion said that his goals in Senia were to speak with Dr. Rostenkowski, and Wraith's goals are regime change in Senia. They talked about Senia. Senia is a closed nation with no tourism, a sizable navy and air force. The deviants are tracked with a chip. There's a small resistance movement, and the UN is reluctant to get involved with Senia due to Russian and American politicking. Wraith has contact with the Senian resistance. The next morning, after the meeting with Wraith, Helios finds 20 Ubari, 18 in Russia, and 2 in China. The team heads to the Montana Air Base to speak with the Tavaxians, to speak about the Ubari. And on the way, Lightbringer is developing stealth tech for Ixion's ship. So, join the Legacy now as they land at the Montana Air Base. Speak with the Tabaxians.
And that is literally where we left off. So everybody has like the term Fixius, to take flight. You have taken flight to Montana to go talk to your Tavaxian contacts. Obviously, we don't have to role play through it, but you have to get specific clearance to land. They weren't expecting it, but they figured it would be happening sooner or later. You are kind of tied to the issue. So after a little bit of circling that you have to do at the airbase with Air Force in the air at that point. They are actively patrolling this area rather frequently. Mm-hmm. News media have picked up on it, but they have been told that they are on maneuvers.
Aha.
Which is a likely excuse.
Yeah.
As people put their tinfoil hats back on. Because there are real aliens out there. Mm-hmm. And they don't want their they don't want anybody listening to their thoughts. Anyways,
We've got Star Wars.
well, there's that too. But you are given a designated area to land and told to wait for a military escort.
Okay.
And as you were all waiting, and bad timing considering George is still having some online connection issues, you end up, George, you end up hearing a squelch in your ear again as you are picking that signal back up.
Uh-oh.
Is it the same distress signal?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Siblings?
Your mama's calling back.
Wow.
How?
The timing.
Wow.
So Pulsar steps up and he's like, siblings! Your mama's calling back.
It's highly inappropriate, Pulsar. No.
That's it.
That was awesome.
Okay. Yeah. Pulsar stands up and starts popping and locking.
Yeah.
Where was that at the New Year's party?
I've been working on it.
He's like, I saw Electric 2, or I saw Break Into Electric Boogaloo.
But everybody, oddly timed because my internet is terrible. But I just picked up the distress signal again.
The same one.
There's no changes to it, Jerome?
No.
No, it's the exact same. It's the exact same message.
Jerome. So, based on when he reported seeing that message the first time and when he's reporting it now, how much time is that like? Has that been like a perfect interval of time of like, if we didn't
You've
respond,
got total
it
memory,
would,
so
like,
no.
No, okay.
No, so
Okay.
there must be a reason why it's flagging again.
Okay. It's like Hyperion's like, that doesn't seem to be something that would regularly send or become automated, especially since once we responded, it deactivated the first time. Somebody is activating it again because nobody's arrived. There may actually be an individual activating that distress signal at Proxima. So you're noticing no difference in the message or in the signal strength, anything, Pulsar?
Anything like that, Jerome? Signal strength seems the same.
No, it's it's just coming through again.
Okay. No changes at all. Just getting resent, I guess.
Something that we'll need to speak to vaccines about. They may have technology that could pick up that signal as well.
Do you have so I know we stated you never established any sort of a connection, right? It's just Pulsar picks it up and just tells you, "Hey, there's somebody at the door."
I don't know if we were able to.
I think we just took it to the base and tried to decode it and just found out that it was calling all units home.
Okay.
Yeah, we got all
So
the
we
info
didn't
at the lab site.
actually respond to it at all.
Okay.
Right.
No, I was just making sure. Like, I can't remember exactly because it's been a while.
Yeah.
If you guys had found a way for other people to hear it was what I was getting at.
Ah, okay.
Oh, Lightbringer, why don't you use your fancy party line to hook us up all to my brain, and then I can see if maybe you all can hear it?
Oh,
Does it work that way? I don't think I can read thoughts. I can just project and then receive them.
correct.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't think it works that way.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. I guess, should I keep this thing open in my brain while we kind of wait to see what to do about it, or should I just?
Definitely keep it in case it changes. If it does, then alert us immediately. And while you actually have it again, is there any way that your benefactor or companion Compass can analyze it further to see if they can find a reason that it's being sent? Again,
Yeah, hold on, let me check. Hey, Compass. I'm
Yes,
calling
Champ.
you on my 1980s cell phone.
Yes, champion.
Is there any way you could decode any like further information or from this distress beacon I keep picking up?
Give me one moment. Let me see if there is more to discern.
Okay.
Then a couple moments later, he comes back and he says, there is a subtle change in the signal. Hidden within the encoding are what appear to be, oops, my notes pulled back up. A comment about rising Tetrion emissions.
Tetrion?
Affirmative.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Wait, what is a Tetrion? Do you know what that means?
Oops. Almost closed that window out. That would not have been good. Yes, a tetrion is a subatomic particle that can only exist in subspace environments.
Sorry, I'm having to hold this prop and also take notes at the same time. Subatomic particle present
Dedicated.
present in what? In subspace?
Subspace environments.
Okay.
It is a form of radiation.
Okay. All right, cool. Thanks. Dedication to the bit. Boop. Okay. Okay, so there is a slight difference in the signal. Compass was able to pick up, apparently hidden in the encoding, there's a message that says there's a rise in Tetrion emissions.
Tetrion emissions.
Yeah. Apparently Tetrions are a subatomic particle present in subspace environments. It's a form of radiation.
Hyperion, because I know you're about to ask it, give me a reason check.
Yeah, exactly. Can he use his quantum physics talent for a boost?
Actually, no.
Shoot. Okay.
If I do a backflip, will that give him a boost?
Only if you're able to do it with him on your shoulders.
All right, guys,
What
let's
about
take
a
a step
morale
outside the
boost?
ship.
Okay. Green feet.
Okay. You recall, it hasn't come up a whole lot. In fact, it's virtually unheard of in the scientific field back on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It is considered a very advanced loose theory, kind of on the level like Einstein's theory of relativity sort of thing.
Okay.
Like, he kind of thinks, like there's a scientist or two that kind of think it's there or it's a possibility, but nobody's got any proof for it. Just some theories that it may be possible, and that's kind of what it's being called.
Okay. And just like the existence of these tetrion particles in subspace, and what would that mean practically? What would cause an
it
increase?
is an absolute raw theory, so it's
okay.
very, very hard to say. But if it's a type of radiation, it could potentially be damaging or lethal. So if a system, or if I should say station, or an outpost or something is encoding that as an indication, that could mean that there's a threat level of lethality.
Okay, got it.
Or
So
an
then-
engine leaking or something. I mean, it's
Right.
really hard to say, but it's clearly not good and it's specific.
Okay. So then, yeah, Hyperion would be like, Tetraions have barely been theorized here on Earth by scientists. It's a very loose theory. I don't even know of any calculations that they've made in an attempt to prove their existence. But if it is being encoded in a warning, and they're saying that the emissions are rising, that could indicate that an increase in tetraionic emissions is dangerous, perhaps damaging or lethal. Otherwise, they wouldn't provide it in the encoding.
Is it maybe a warning that the location should not be approached through like subspace? Because that's like hyperspace, right?
There are different possible levels to space-time when it comes to actually traveling through it. If you travel in regular space, or what you can call real space, the speed of light is the maximum possible speed limit when you accelerate. But there are ways to circumvent that limit by traveling through different realms of space-time. It depends on how you access it. In this case, that could be a means of traveling through space, communication, power generation. It's hard to say, but whatever it is, apparently an increase in those emissions is in some way cause for emergency, cause for concern. That would tell me that at the very least, there's now a time limit. Because if those emissions are increasing, eventually it will likely get to a point where it's too late to intervene. Too much damage will have been done.
So, what are you suggesting that we do?
We need to provide the information that we have to the individuals here and the Tavaxians with regard to the Ubari. It seems there are 3 different things that we need to do, but now this one seems to have the most pressing deadline. Especially since we're unaware of what the Tetraions themselves would do unless we go there and actually test it firsthand. There is also the matter of Senia. Lightbringer,
Right.
the
You're going to ask me about priorities, and honestly, I don't know.
true,
This is a tough one.
but the frayed version of you, she did mention that they had never actually investigated this transmission, correct?
Correct.
That may have been a mistake that they made in their version of reality.
Wait, what? Wasn't there something about that, about the subspace? Like there's people who live in subspace, and didn't they say like a giant meteor appeared out of subspace or something? That's like one of the calamities that destroyed their Earth.
There was a series of meteors, not necessarily from subspace, from an unknown location, all of them containing elements of the unending death. Meteor impacts likely caused damage, and then the spread of that disease destroyed most of the rest of the life on Earth, according to the story.
Jerome, what I know from the encoding when it says that there's rising tetraion emissions, is it talking about in like at the source of the signal, or is it talking about elsewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
That is exactly
Okay.
what it's saying. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Think of it along the lines of like when you see the old sci-fi films or whatnot, and the klaxons are going off in a base. They're not just saying, okay, there's a danger. They're saying like, nuclear tension increasing or whatever the disaster happens to be. That's basically what it's doing. It's relaying that there is, a clear and present danger, and this is what the issue is. Unfortunately, it's on a tech level that's just above where you guys are at. So you don't fully understand what it is, other than it's clearly bad.
It's the doomsday clock from Watchmen.
Yeah, only they kind of understood it. You know that it was the nuclear tension, but yeah, I mean, in abstract, yes.
Okay.
Do we even have shielding for tetrionic emissions?
We could develop it once we study it, but again, we'd actually have to go there.
Which means
Could-
we don't have time for Senia.
Could we even get there in time? Obviously, this is an urgent message. Could we even get there in time to make a difference?
We would have to try. It's been time since we actually received and then stopped the first signal. If that's any indication to the progress of this rising calamity there at Proxima Centauri, that might mean that we could get there in time. We do literally have a ship that can travel at superluminal speeds. Apparently, it can take upwards of 3 hours to actually get there, approximately 4.2 light years away using this ship. That may be enough time, as long as we act quickly and do what we can when we get there. And we would be the only ones equipped to intervene. We're the ones who know about the distress signal with the means of going there and the means of accomplishing something.
Brittany, why don't you roll your intuition?
Okay.
You don't have to.
Fine.
If you don't wanna.
Oh, don't forget to use your big brain.
You can't do it for intuition.
Oh,
I got a
man.
green.
You got a green.
Also, I was going to ask, can I try my precognition power stunt?
You sure can, but I would say before you do that, he mentioned radiation.
That is kind of my jam.
That is kind of your jam.
And energy and particle physics is also kind of my jam.
Bingo.
If you read a paper where you prove that these things are real, I expect a footnote. Thank you.
At that point, all the scientists on Earth, after she's already written this becoming well received paper on dimensional travel and whatnot, they're basically doing the spit take from Liar Liar with Jim Carrey just spitting one. Oh, come on! Because usually scientists get like one big break, it's like, and that's what they
in their
become known
lifetime.
for.
Yeah.
And then she slams a 3-pointer, a couple months later. You're just
Don't forget that we cured Ebola too.
well, right,
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly. So
Yeah. It's just a monthly
CM.
thing.
right, exactly.
She's going to have the Nobel Prize like 3 or 4 times.
A year.
Just generate a new prize for people that smart.
So Brittany, you were saying you want to try your precog?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
That would just be intuition, and I need 2 more greens.
That's not terrible.
Green.
Ooh,
Okay.
so you're down 1. You only need 1 more. So at this point, you guys see, Lightbringer was probably about ready to say something, and she just kind of spaces out and focuses on something intently. And you've seen her do this before, but it's usually when she's doing the big brain thing,
Yeah.
where she just starts tuning everything out, and all of a sudden, randomly comes up with whatever magic science thing that she's going to come up with next.
Definitely keep an entire whiteboard in my.
Oh yeah,
in my
in the
apartment.
quantum space,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, and at that point, don't ever let the scientists see the light. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? She keeps a whole whiteboard in her booty? Are you just? What is this? Just like,
What? You don't have this?
I know, right? It's like,
You don't have a pocket whiteboard?
so, as you do that, you get this. You flash to. Interestingly enough, you actually flash to your other self. And you know this because, again, there was the height difference. So that's the first thing you notice. You're so much taller than everyone because you're seeing it kind of like a first person. And
Okay.
and then it flashes again and you see basically parts of something falling out in a decaying orbit.
Can I tell where it is?
No,
Do I
but it
recognize?
is not in. It's not in the Milky Way. The celestial shapes that you see don't align with anything that you're used to seeing.
Okay, so it's very clear to me that these people are in mortal danger.
Or something is in mortal danger. It's probably the first time that you've had, because the last time you did this, obviously you got that big vision of something, impending. It wasn't quite as clear. You just knew something was coming, right? That the threat was evident. This is the first time it's much more clear and probably a little bit more targeted to what it is you're trying to think. Like you feel an accuracy here to some degree. To what level you're not certain, but it instinctively feels like you're closer to the money.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how to square that with future Carmen, but
Right, exactly. There are parts of it that don't make a whole lot of sense. Which means you might want to start doing some time life book study, on psychic phenomena.
yeah.
Quick,
Okay.
quick, just write another paper.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She starts getting scientists stalking her at that point.
Right.
I'm gonna write down on my notes. Lightbringer is Jumi Neutron.
Okay. On second thought, I think this is probably something that we need to do now.
What makes you change your mind?
Just a feeling of impending doom for whoever's sending the signal.
Ixion?
Hello.
It's not Ixion sending the signal.
Oh.
Ixion powers up. Transformer noise.
Yeah.
Man, I hate to go into space without him here, but his fault for not being here.
As he steps out of the charger pod we had it plugged into.
Whoa.
Those nanites have to charge for a while,
Yeah. All right. Then it sounds like it's decided. We need to provide the information we currently have to the Devaxians and the General at the base, and then immediately take off for Proxima Centauri.
Wow.
What about Senia?
Senia is not in immediate danger, but
Theoretically, we could get there and do whatever needs to be done and come back and still be in time to hear from Wraith and his contacts.
it's possible.
Because Wraith said it would take some time for him to speak with his contacts, and that we're not sure what that timetable might be. That could be weeks.
Right.
Oh. Well, I guess, yeah. Space.
The storyteller agrees with me.
No, I'm just saying that there was not a specific time given.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just going to send a quick text to Grandpa, just letting him know I'm going out of the universe real quick. And I'll be
Probably a
back.
good idea. Verb.
And maybe I'll text my boyfriend too.
Okay.
He might
Do
want to know.
we have an idea how long it's going to take us to get there?
3 hours,
From
right?
previous estimates, approximately 3 hours.
A 3-hour tour.
But what if we get stranded?
The
Yeah, do we
Tetrian
have-
started getting rough.
The
Do we
tiny
have,
ship was tossed.
Do we
There
have
was a-
fuel enough for a return trip? Is that
Xenofreeze,
something you need to
what
worry
is
about?
the power source of your ship? What fuel, if any, does it require?
Out of character, I do not know.
Essentially, it's a type of nuclear, so
Yeah.
it's good.
There should be no problem.
And suddenly I was like, oh no, is he actually here and I just can't see him? Do I need to restart?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he's here.
He's
There
here.
he is here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was going to
Oh.
ask him about the Tetrions, but
I can see you. I can see everyone.
Looking at the stream, he actually is here. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, I was making jokes at you, Derek. I didn't think you were here. Okay.
So now at least I know what happens when I'm not here.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'll be okay. Let me just.
no.
Oh, did I not mute?
What are you, a YouTuber? Want to cry on camera?
Y'all are like.
There's
So this
no
group that I'm playing
Brian
with right
in baseball?
now, oh my god, that I role play with, they're a bunch of
I-
jerks. They just talk smack when I'm not there.
I literally
oh.
thought you were not there. I'm so sorry.
This was the authentic role-playing experience.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. No,
Everything that I said about him.
so the quick recap: we're waiting to be given access to the Tavaxians so we could talk with them. But Pulsar started picking up that emergency frequency again. But there's a hidden message in it saying that there's rising Tetrion emissions, which is a form of radiation. So whatever's going on at the source of this thing, something real bad is happening. So we're readjusting our priorities in order to make traveling to our papa's home world, I guess, our main priority.
Is that something that I've heard of in my, like, just being like collectively with my space travels and stuff, like, hey, don't go near that kind of radiation, or my species specifically is susceptible or resilient or anything. I mean, anything along those lines that
You've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it. Oh, okay.
Nope.
ooh.
Yeah. Maybe we should also send a message to Wraith just to let him know, hey, going out of
Okay.
Galaxy for a bit. You know, we're still committed, but you know, we'll hit you up when we get back.
I can have Sledge relay that to him.
Excellent.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and send those two messages, Jerome.
Okay, sure. Those messages are obviously sent out. After the military has approached your ship, you have collectively let them know the details that you have of what's going on, and you'll have to pass that on to the Tavaxians and the military, so they can, or U.S. military, so they can plan around this to attempt to do this with as much delicacy as possible. Well, and or tap their own resources to see if they can find them, that sort of thing. So they will obviously take that part of the ball and carry it to see what they can come up with, leaving you free to potentially pursue this.
Okay. All right. Xenofreeze, please lay in a course for interstellar travel to Proxima Centauri, the maximum possible speed your vessel can achieve.
Duly noted. It shall be done.
Should we go to the bathroom first, before we?
No, there's bathrooms on the ship. You just go
Yep.
down that
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen a picture of the ship, but it's not small.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have. I think I've seen like a map of the inside of the ship,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I've seen the outside.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have like personal quarters per se, I don't believe, but it's big enough that everybody could lay down like in the joint room or whatnot if necessary.
Okay.
It's not just like a little starfighter sort of thing with a couple of seats.
Okay. Yeah, I was
To
imagining
upgrade to
something like
a
There's a VR
Dreadnought.
chamber.
there's a what?
Ooh.
There's a VR chamber.
Uh,
Oh, we do have single. There are single cabins. There are
there you go.
one, two. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 single cabins.
So there you go.
Oh, and then there's a double cabin. So there's 4 single cabins, 2 double cabins. So, yeah, we've got plenty of. I mean, almost everybody can have their own room.
But in a long form way to answer your question, there is a toilet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just everything goes out into outer space, so hopefully we won't get hit by somebody else's poo.
It's right in the center of the common area. That's what it looks like, anyway.
Is there at least a door and like a curtain? Like
No,
it's
It's completely exposed.
yeah, it's the interstellar chamber pot.
It's a test of social fortitude, really.
I'm a Salanth. I don't like. I walk around like legitimately walk around without clothes on all the time.
Is that how you like you take your digs at these inferior humanoids that have to expel waste? Here, use this pot and bucket, you weirdos.
Yeah. Your bodies are so inefficient that they actually don't utilize everything they
Aw,
intake.
pobrecita. Here's this Tropicana bottle.
Oh no!
We've made modifications. That's a Home Depot bucket. I know.
Oh no, it's Fruitopia. It's got to be something from the 90s.
Okay.
So there we go.
Yeah.
It's ahead at Proxima Centauri. Woohoo!
Yes.
So make note, this is the first time the team has actually traveled out of the solar system.
As a team, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, some people just travel on their own
Yeah.
without telling anybody. Go
Wow.
on crazy adventures, and then write crazy papers about it. Red Arsenal.
What?
No,
Me?
So
no.
you guys take a moment, and it's very much like Star Wars. Like there's that momentary lapse, and all of a sudden you see all the light, ambient stars in the distance or whatnot. They just suddenly blur, and off into space and out of this solar system you go. System, of course, relays that it's going to take a couple hours to get there. And so in the meantime, it's, anybody do anything in particular while you're taking the trip, or?
I think my face would probably be glued to one of the windows just to kind of watch everything because this is her first time.
We can't hear Brittany.
Oh yeah, can't hear.
Thou art muted. Or something.
Brittany, you didn't have the red mute button on before, but now I do see the mute button on you.
Nope.
No. Is it your headphones?
You may have to take it off NVIDIA.
How about now?
Yep.
There
Yes.
we go.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
That was alarming.
Don't know what that's about.
So, is anybody doing anything in particular?
I could probably write 2 papers in this time.
Oh, oh no, wait.
No, we
Well-
could work on.
The stealth.
Yeah, we could work on figuring out the stealth stuff.
Uh,
I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
we
you're
don't have
you're back,
like,
George. You're
materials.
still having some issues with your internet. I don't know if you want to take a moment to reboot, if that would help.
yeah, but I'm taking notes.
We can wait.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, no, I see. Wait, it's climbing. Okay. Good. Yeah, sorry,
What's
guys.
a good number in
It's okay.
megabytes per second?
3.
Anything over 120.
For me, if I can get anything over 800 kilobytes, I'm happy. But okay. Yeah, I don't know what Pulsar is doing. Yeah, probably looking out the window. Not really sure what else to.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe asking Compass, like, Compass, how fast could I travel, like, just on my own in space?
That's a great question. 1 second,
Hold on.
because
Gotta get my prop out.
I would need to pull up your character sheet. And then decode that. 1 second. There we go. Superhero. Characters. Where's Pulsar?
Characters.
Downloads.
Pulsar.
Store.
Lightbringer.
The email.
Captain Falcon.
Let's see. So your flight. Okay, so flight is.
I have True Flight.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
That's why I had to look up first, and then I had to find the ranking.
Man, where is my superhero book?
Where is my super suit?
I just posted what the power supply for the ship looks like
Where is it?
in the superheroes chat.
Oh.
I really hope it's Techron. It's like Chevron with Techron.
I don't get the reference.
It's a flux capacitor.
Oh,
Oh.
You take a look and see what this is on.
I was like, yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, here it is. I found it. My Marvel Superheroes book.
Tetrions.
Man, I love collecting TTRPG books.
Here we go. Land, air, water. Perfect. So air. That's what I was looking for. You have an RM30, so you can max out at 375 miles per hour.
Okay.
A little bit slower than what we're going right now.
Yeah,
a
just a smidge.
Good.
If I had some Chevron with Techron, I could definitely get it up there.
All right. Well, while
you
you
should
are
have used 91 octane. Dang it!
while you were working on that, Brittany, why don't you go ahead and give me a roll since you were trying to come up with. You were trying to come up with the
well, we
potential.
came up with some plans, but it could definitely be refined.
I will participate because I have astronautics and I have a +1 column shift when building spacecraft.
Ooh.
There you
So
go.
can we combine our role to make it more? Because obviously, I wasn't using his tech.
Right.
I was using Earth tech.
So, Xenofreeze, what is your reason if you bump it a column shift?
It would be RM30 plus a column shift, so it would be
IN40.
incredibly.
Okay. And Brittany, your reason is what?
Amazing.
So you would be able to get the benefits of 1 column shift up for a roll with his technical expertise, putting your roll at a MN75.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's with us working together. She's the one that rolls it, Ro, right?
Yes. So
Oh, I got a red.
Oh,
Nice.
goodness.
I must take a phone call real quick.
Okay. Welcome back, Emerald Titan, hanging out with us in the chat.
Hey.
Excelsior.
Excelsior! So, with that result, now that you've, it's a good thing to occupy your mind with, given the fact that what you saw wasn't good at all, and a little disturbing. Pardon me, goodness. If you have the right tools, which you realize you may have to fabricate them, but that probably won't be an issue. You've got somebody who can, invent things on the fly. This may be possible when you get back using technology from Earth. It's just going to obviously take quite a bit of time because of the lower levels of technology of Earth. But it is entirely doable. And between the two of you, you come up with a way to fit it within the fuselage and of the craft and how it would be effectively powered.
Sweet.
So it will work. You will just need to create the tools to do it with and have the available scrap of parts and circuitry to make it happen.
I'm going to make some plans for the kind of tools that I need and then hand them over to Hyperion.
Okay. That'll work.
Sweet.
And as you guys are, planning all that out, you eventually drop out of light speed, and you are, the system on the screen prints up that in English, it now has that capability, that you are now at Proxima Centauri. You are in, not necessarily in orbit per se, you have just dropped into the system itself. Okay. The main star here is a red star. And the planet of Proxima Centauri is actually kind of a yellowish, rocky terrain. Very similar to that of Earth at certain points. But it looks like it is roughly maybe 2.5 to 3 times larger than Earth. You might want to mute yourself if you're taking notes. Loud typey. Sorry about that. But yes.
See, that's what the NVIDIA masks for me.
Yes, yeah. I know.
Also
cool.
the sirens.
Can you guys hear me typing?
No.
No.
I think it was me.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. But that is what you're looking at right now, as you've dropped out of orbit. The signal that you were receiving is now steady, so it's obvious you're nearby. However, you see nothing in this area whatsoever.
Okay, I kind of turn to Hyperion and I say, well, the signal's now steady in my head. There's nothing here. Is it possible? Should we scan for Tetryon radiation before we do anything further? Because if we don't want to destroy this ship, if it's not prepared for that, right?
Correct. And Hyperion would look to Xenofreeze to ask him about that stuff, but he's on a call.
Well, you would know that he doesn't know what Tetryon particles are.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to come up with something on the fly here. Very much like Star Trek Enterprise.
Yep. All right.
If I were to do an empathy check, like an empathy scan, I wonder if
you're going to pull a Deanna Troy.
I wonder if we were close enough to be able to do that.
It's hard to say, but keep in mind, space, and I don't mean space as in where you're at, but
outer space.
The outer space, the vacuum, everything, that is probably well beyond your range.
Space is beyond my range? Well, that's dumb.
Noted.
I want to know what I want to know what the squirrels on Jupiter are feeling. Jerome, I have thermal vision. Could I possibly, like, if I activate thermal vision, is it possible that, like, I might be able to pick up the, like, if the Tetrion radiation has like a heat to it, would I be able to maybe pick up like pockets of it?
That is another good question and potential comment. See my referral to Brittany's empathy.
Okay,
You're dealing with things that are still way, way, way far out.
Yeah, like extreme ranges.
Oh, okay. I thought we were like right at the planet.
No,
we're like within the system now.
Yeah, you're within the system, and you don't see like a station or anything floating around out here.
Okay.
So then Hyperion would be like, it would seem that the first likely place to go would be closer to the first planet the Proxima Centauri has in its system, to see if the signal becomes stronger for you. We can currently use Pulsar as a means of actually zeroing in on the origin of the signal.
Okay. Do you want to strap me to the front of the ship like a figurehead?
Can Compass give you
but I don't think that will be necessary.
Can Compass give you like how many miles left till you get to the?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, like, is there a distance to the
Yeah. Compass, would it be possible, now that we're closer to the signal, could you like point me in an approximate direction of where the signal is coming from?
Negative.
Okay.
There appears to be some sort of special defense to this system, and it is not something that is readily seen by the naked eye, and it is likely hidden by certain scanner sweeps as well.
Wait, so you're saying that the origin of the signal is like cloaking itself?
It would appear so. The signal is not based from the signal is not emanating directly from Proxima Centauri B, but somewhere within the orbit.
Oh, okay. Wait, when you said the orbit, did the orbit of Proxima Centauri or of in the solar system we're currently sitting in?
It is in orbit somewhere within Proxima Centauri B.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, so Compass can't lead us there, which is ironic. But that is because apparently wherever the signal is coming from, it's not actually on Proxima Centauri B. It's something within orbit of Proxima Centauri, but it is keeping itself shielded. So even if we scan for it, we're not probably going to be able to find it. So we're going to have to find some other way of locating the source of the signal.
Then we will need to actually develop a means of detecting Tetrion particles. Lightbringer, would you be able to assist me in cobbling together what we can to see if we can modify the sensors of the ship to detect those particle emissions?
Yes, of course. We've only got, rudimentary theories to work on, but
Yep. So you are using your big brain again?
yes.
You need to get a red result.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well,
come
maybe.
on.
Bank Karma?
You only fail if you roll a
karma.
1, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, though, you're down 1 column shift from your maximum, so you're not at the, what is it?
Not at 3K.
Yeah, you're at, what is it, 1K?
1,000, yeah.
Well, plus nobody's speaking with an accent, so we gotta take every benefit we can.
Oi!
I only got a green.
Okay. So you are focused at this point. You're trying to put the rudimentary idea of the Tetrion particle together. You actually are having difficulty even with your big brain, essentially. If you want to roll again, you can. You're down one more column shift.
Z.
I suggest you roll again, and we spend karma to guarantee that you get it, because we have 500 available. Yeah, we've got 500 available.
And you would
Okay.
need a
Red.
75 plus your roll would make 76, which would give you a red. So if you spent 75, you would be guaranteed a red.
Yeah.
Do I roll just Z, or is it SC or
It'd be SZ,
SC?
and then let's see, plus 75.
Both capital?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a yellow on its own. So
So yeah, adding 75 to that, yeah, that's going to make it 137.
Is that a red?
Yes.
Pretty sure it
Like a
is.
dark purple.
So finally, again, as you refocus your efforts and start basically putting the elemental pieces of the particle together from what very limited knowledge that you guys are working off of from the theories back home, you put together what you believe is the makeup of that particular subatomic particle. So if you input that as it is, the ship can scan for it.
It's a scientific breakthrough. Congratulations.
Like I
I
said,
know what I'm doing on
the-
our return trip.
the scientists are going to do that water spit take. They're going to be very angry.
Come on.
I'm gonna start some other identities just so that it doesn't look ridiculous. Okay, so we input that to the ship scanner.
Sure. So at this point, Derek, since you are at the you're flying the ship, go ahead and give me an intuition check. And this intuition check would be made at an IN 40.
Oh, you know what? I should have been a column shift up because I have a talent in energy and particle physics.
Um,
Oh well.
let's see here.
Eh.
You said IN 40?
At IN 40 for the scanners.
White.
Nice. Okay, so essentially it starts.
Yeah, it's 5 shy.
Your system is recalculating splines right now.
Mhm. Syntax error. Oh, it hasn't. It seems that the information has not collaborated with the system yet. It may take a few moments.
Okay.
We can also approach the orbit of Proxima Centauri B, since apparently that's where the emissions are coming from. It might be easier to detect them the closer we are.
Do we think that these emissions are coming from the usage of like hyperspace, or do we think that maybe the reason we can't scan for this thing is because the location of the signal is actually hidden in subspace?
It would seem as if whatever is leaking or generating this excess of particles, tetryon particles, is also generating some sort of stealth detection for itself. It's a satellite, a ship, a space station, something. It seems as if something has gone wrong, and it's sending out a distress signal, hoping that people can come and fix it.
Didn't we also hear about like a group of people that all lived in like essentially like subspace, and didn't they worship our great papa?
I think you're talking about the Heliopolins, right?
I
The refugees.
think so. Yeah, the people that kind of worshipped Yeah,
Those
sorry.
who worshipped Electrum were the Devaxians,
Right,
and they don't come from subspace.
right.
Wait, who was it? The people? Because there was like the person that was taking credit for destroying the future world.
Abrex Khaldun, the one who may be considered death in the future, is a Heliopolis from a different dimension, but not from subspace.
Oh, that's not? Those are different.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was thinking of it like being like if subspace is like traveling through wormholes or something, like if that's like a different dimension, but I don't know. I'm just a pilot.
It can be complicated. Think of it as a different piece of reality that typically we don't interact with directly, but can be in certain energetic states, traveling at light speed or beyond. However, Heliopolis is an actual different reality that can be gone to. And apparently, each individual pantheon has its own reality or world.
Pulsar is just kind of like a hand on, like, you know, with the mono eye, just like, But like, yeah, I think I'm the dumb sibling.
But what I was told by Collapsing Star is that the Heliopolis refugees are wandering the space lanes like hobos in the corporate sector or the free systems. So I don't know where that is in relation to where we are, but they're wandering around here somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I was trying to connect like possible like essentially I was trying to think of like, wait, what if these portents like kind of putting a string between one to the other, but
Understandable. It doesn't seem as if there's a direct connection as of yet. We don't have enough information. We need to find the exact source and pierce whatever stealth technology it possesses to know more.
Derek, you want to give another roll?
Yes.
Would you like to spend karma?
Yeah, actually. Again, we have it.
Okay, before I hit enter, I would need, for a green, I need a 31. For a yellow, I would need a 66.
How about
So-
we ensure a yellow?
So 65?
Yeah, we can do that.
Red, I rolled a 97.
Nice.
162.
So Xenofreeze for
It's picking
a
up
moment.
from 3 galaxies over.
Xenofreeze for a moment. Put some NOS in the gauge to to hype it up. Channels his inner Vin Diesel. Yes, Dozer face rip. That is I love this particular game system. So
If I'm channeling Vin Diesel and it was all about that, I just said, come on, ship. It's all about family.
all right. So at this point, now that you've given the system to, because basically what you had to do, and your ship is capable of doing this, but you had to hard code what the operating system would use to actually identify this particle, because it's completely unknown to your system.
Okay.
So it took time for the system to basically update that in its own operating system and go, oh, okay. It still doesn't see it as a valid quote unquote particle, but it can find it at this point. It would be like pinging for something that you don't have an icon for. So it's just going to come up and say, okay, hey, we got it. I don't know what you have me scanning for, but I'm finding something per your parameters. And that's basically what it's coming up for. And you actually see in orbit around Proxima Centauri B, and it puts a visual up, like dozens upon dozens of. It's pretty when you look at it in a visual sense, of like sparkling radiation particles coming off of nothing.
So is it like clouds, or is it like the planet?
It's a visual that your computer is rendering. You still cannot see it with the naked eye, but you can see it because your computer is rendering it for you.
And
Okay,
is
but
that like on the screen for all of us to like look
Yes.
at, or okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Basically, you just see a big blank. There's nothing, and then something streaming off of this big blank.
Right. We found it.
So based on the like trajectory and the velocity of the particles, can we tell like movement of the original thing, or like
100%. Yeah, it's appears to be whatever is there. You have to take a moment to render a model so you can see a visual based upon the trail of radiation coming out. But it seems to be in a steady orbit, whatever it is. You just visually cannot see it.
how far away is it?
You're dangerously close to following the trail, but I mean, since you can see it now, you can veer off course a bit and stay out of its way. The benefit, however, even though you can't see it, you can vector an approach to get around whatever is displacing this radiation.
Right. All right.
Does the manifestation on the screen, is it flowing? Like, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, so is it
Mhm.
like it's coming out and it's like going across the screen?
Mhm.
Does it show like it's coming from a specific source, or
That is how you
Oh,
managed to find it.
that's okay.
That is what you were seeing.
And it was that dark spot you said.
Well, there's no dark spot.
Oh, it's just,
You guys had to actually render a model in the computer so you could physically kind of make sense of what it is you're seeing, because there's nothing there. Just this trail of leaking radiation.
All right. Ixion, if you can plot in a course that makes sure we don't follow within the trail of the Tetran particles, but if we can get closer to the object that's emitting them, we may be able to pierce its stealth and see what's actually happening.
yes.
Can we get a sense for how big this object is? Like, now that we're
Unfortunately,
no.
Not yet.
Okay.
So, Derek, go ahead and give me an agility roll. Do you have piloting?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
In fact, he has spaceships specifically for piloting spaceships.
So, you're going to be up a column shift on your agility check.
Can I help him with that? I have a talent in spacecraft.
Look at you. You sure can.
Ooh.
Or
So
you can
we
take
are-
over if necessary. Depends on who has the higher
What is
roll.
your score?
It just says talent spacecraft.
Okay,
It's going to be
what's your-
agility.
Agility.
So
Oh, my-
agility plus 1 column shift.
Do you need to know my agility?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, it's IN 40.
Okay, so if you're increased by 1, you're going to be at an AM 50 to make this roll.
And with my assistance, does that bump him up to an MN if we're both?
What's your agility?
My agility is an RM 30, which would bump it to the incredible.
So no, unfortunately not.
Okay.
It would be better if you're trying to get this precise to have him hop in the control seat.
Open them, but then the thing came off
Okay.
right to get.
Okay, so I'm the one who's making the roll. Okay.
Yeah, he's busy, so we're going to go with that.
Okay. All right. So I am rolling. Okay. Okay, so it's slash R, and then you said I'm rolling an AM.
Sorry about that.
It's
So
actually exclamation point and then roll.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
These dang dice pots. Okay, exclamation point roll.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, and then it's just AM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Invalid argument.
You
no
can't put a
space.
space. Yeah, no spaces in the thing.
Oh, sorry. It's my first day, guys.
No, that's Remus.
Okay. Yellow feet.
Woo!
Noise.
Okay, so you jump into the in basically into the pilot's position. Grab a hold of it. You had a chance to kind of see how Xenofreeze is able to manipulate it. He does it a little bit differently, but the controls are specifically made for humanoid-ish creatures. So anybody essentially can take control. So you hop in, give it a little bit of a go. Takes a second to kind of get the hang of it. And you're very much like Will Smith and Independence Day at this point. Just like, I have got to get me one of these. Way better than any shuttle you've ever piloted at this point. And so you take a moment, you kind of slide with some precision. I use the thrusters, the aft and port thrusters to kind of reposition yourself to ensure that, and starboard to ensure that you're repositioning it away from the radiation. Again, you still can't see what it is that you're looking at. And so you stay far enough away, presumably, to hopefully not like bump into something or whatnot. And then on your heads-up display, you end up seeing like something start coming through in a language you don't understand.
Uh-oh. Okay. Guys, I'm picking up this is Pulsar. I'm picking up something in my head in a language I don't speak, or language I can't read.
Is there any way that you can transmit it or put it on a screen for us to see?
Compass, can you is there any way you can make it visible for everybody else? Can we plug
Affirmative.
Okay. Oh, awesome. We'll plug him into a monitor or something.
No, he doesn't plug into anything. He just puts up a display in front of you guys, and you can see basically you can see its heads-up display.
Okay, nice.
Oh, wow! I didn't know I could do that.
It's
like R2.
It's almost a useless feature. Because it's really only there for you. But but it's like R2. Kind of displays a little bit of a holographic, like what your heads-up display would look like.
Cool.
Hyperion, give a reason check.
Yep. Okay.
Green feet. Okay. So now that you can actually see what it is, it's Dexamite language. It's basically says it's giving a vector to follow to land.
Excellent. This is Dexamite. All right, I'm going to give you coordinates and a vector to follow. Follow my instructions, Pulsar. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
He goes ahead and relays the instructions.
Okay. Pulsar, go ahead and make another agility check.
Spend karma.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. What's your thing at again?
Yeah, all of a sudden this becomes Galaxy Quest real quick.
Yeah.
Assure a green. Are we cool with him spending 25? I think that's pretty easy. Yeah, go ahead and spend 25, George, when you're doing your roll.
Okay, so AM, and then that's plus 25.
Yeah.
Drum, if you're going to make us start going.
Nice.
Yellow feet.
Nice.
So as you start to approach, out of nowhere, you start to see bay doors opening slowly. And then there's a moment where the ship kind of shudders, and then it's being pulled in.
Okay.
So I'm standing there next to him piloting the ship, and I'm seeing all this also.
Well, you're in the co-pilot seat, but yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And you can see, like Claxton lights kind of flashing at this point, so it's giving some depth to where it's entering. And then as you enter, you start to hear the squelch again, like you're used to hearing when it's making connection. And as you land, but the squelch that you hear is actually coming from your ship's internal comm.
And this was something I've heard before, but what was it associated with again?
You've never heard this before. This is George.
Oh, I've never heard it.
Yep.
Oh, this is George. Oh, okay.
Okay.
And it seems to be cycling through languages, because at certain points it sounds like static. At other points it sounds like something you've never heard before, and it keeps cycling through, and then you see a little green light appear at like the bottom of your eye on your heads up display, and it says, "Welcome, Praetorian. Landing assist complete."
Kind of. Did you guys all hear that?
Did we hear that?
Oh yeah, it actually channeled through Derek's ship.
Oh, okay, through the ship.
Okay.
Gotcha. Like
Okay.
Praetorian.
Oh, good. They'll be able to communicate with us.
Yeah. I guess
Curious that they have English on tap or whatever.
I guess it's kind of like an airport where they have all the languages represented, but
Yeah,
Maybe,
but why would they have English?
maybe they took it from the ship.
or Dad's been here since.
Oh yeah, he could have updated the system. Yeah.
So then, is the ship still being like guided to like a landing spot?
It has stopped.
Okay.
You don't see any other ships in this bay, but it could easily house like 7 or 8 more ships, like Ixion's vessel.
Okay. And now that we're inside the thing and have the bays that we went through, have the bay doors closed as well. Okay. So he's going to look at Xenofreeze and be like, "Can you now scan to see how high the Tetrian emissions are now that we're within this vessel?"
Do it again.
Yeah,
Also
go ahead.
check for life support.
Yeah, check for oxygen.
Do a complete scan then.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling incredible.
Just need a green. And gets a yellow feet. All right. So it does a scan. Of course, it pops up that there's elements of this unknown particle, the Tetrion particle, radiation inside the vessel. It
says inside the vessel.
Inside where you're at. Yes.
Okay.
It does not list. It lists low oxygen levels as well as some other trace radiation.
How close is this? And would this be from other trace radiations? Would this be toxic to me that I would know of?
Well, you have no idea what Tetrion particles, Tetrion radiation would do to you.
That I know, I understand, but the rest of the other
given
trace...
your endurance, I mean, yeah, you could survive for a bit. It wouldn't be safe, but you could survive for a bit.
It's not like I don't need oxygen necessarily. I don't breathe, so not in the,
right. That's why I was citing your endurance is good enough. Like you could survive in this potentially hostile environment for a bit, but you don't want to stay there because you would still die.
Would you like the two of us to go out? Hyperion. I can survive for some time, and even to the point of as long as I'm not in this environment for too long.
I would say
it should not have any major effects to me.
Okay.
I'll allow it. That would make sense. You and I would probably be possibly best suited, as well as Pulsar. If Pulsar, actually, are you able to exist within a vacuum? I've noticed that that energy field that you generate around yourself seems to cover you. Are you still able to breathe through that, or do you need to breathe the oxygen around you?
Compass.
Yes,
Just
champion.
because, like, yeah, I haven't really thought because I haven't really been to space in a bit, but would I be able to survive in this ship with the low oxygen levels, like with your aid?
Limited capability, but affirmative. Yes.
Okay. When you say limited, like are my other abilities going to be hampered by being in this, or is it just the breathing that'll be a problem?
Your physical form would be limited. You require oxygen. There would be a limited amount of oxygen within your energy sheath.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so I'll turn to Hyperion and say, I can survive in it, but I need oxygen in order to be useful.
Understood. Then stay here for the time being. Xenofreeze and myself will exit the vessel and see what we can find, but in the meantime, before we actually do that, Lightbringer, I'd like you to please establish a cyanic network throughout the team, just in case regular communication would fail. We can use this instead.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before you guys leave, now that the ship is kind of has made like communications with this, whatever this space station thing is, could you maybe tell it to turn on the oxygen so we can breathe? Like, is that something maybe it doesn't know that we need it?
We can attempt to do so.
Yeah, at the very least, before you guys go out, we may as well at least ask them if this is like if that's something they can do.
Do you have the interface with them?
Compass, can you interface with whatever the computer system is here?
Judging by your heads-up display, it shows that you are interfaced already.
Oh, okay. Then I'll kind of using the heads-up display if I can like make out anywhere that like I can turn on life support. Is that something?
Give me a reason check.
No.
Oh.
Oh man. Okay.
He's trying to turn on life support, flushes a toilet. That is not what I wanted.
It's a type of life support.
I know exactly.
We already had this discussion.
Yeah. Just use the bucket. Okay. You said reason?
Yes.
Okay.
This
Right.
gigantic ship all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Home Depot bucket.
Hey, you got a green result.
I've got a green feat.
Okay, so you take a moment and you're actually kind of thinking it in the sense like you do with your armor and your energy sheath. Like when you want it to look different, you mentally make it look different. And there's a moment and you hear you end up hearing like loud machinery start to click on, some service lights kick on in here, so it's not nearly as dark. There's still the klaxons going on. There's obviously an alarm of some kind. But service lights end up coming on just a little bit brighter, with a kind of a dull yellow glow that runs along the walls, with this kind of drab, greenish, dark tan paneling to everything in here, amber lighting emitting from certain consoles out in front. And then as that starts to happen, you start to hear like what would be appropriate to like fans or central air or something starting to kick on. And you start to notice that air filtration is kicking on inside the hangar. And the active the active scanner that you have on your ship is telling you that now it is, with the exception of the latent radiation issues, it is, the atmosphere is now breathable.
Okay. I kind of turn to everybody and I say, this is what I'm going to write my paper about. But yeah, that takes care of the oxygen problem.
Your heads-up display at once had been, again, that language that you couldn't read. It's now actually accurately displayed in English. It updates.
Oh, hey guys, I've got the homepage figured out. Is there anything we need to ask before we go exploring?
It shows radiation levels. It has a warning that radiation levels are at low, and it is offering a suggestion of wearing protective suits.
Okay. Yeah, protective suits, everybody.
PPE.
We don't have those, do we?
Not for what are they? Tachyons?
Or tetrions?
Tetrions.
We haven't developed any means of actually defending against that type of radiation, just detecting it.
Jerome, based on my calculations, would I be able to manipulate
I was wondering
the
when you're going to finally ask that.
radiation into something safer?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Or maybe
So you're going to roll your power rank, and you can use your talent level to bump that up one column shift.
should I should use hard radiation control?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So okay. That's a white feat.
Got to reroll?
Yes.
Okay.
Should we spend karma on this?
Yeah, what are
I'm
you at
rolling,
with that?
I'm rolling incredible.
Incredible. Go ahead and add 30 to that.
Yeah. Karma for Carmen.
Yay. That comes to 50.
50 total? Okay. So again, you focus. It takes you a couple minutes before you start feeling like you've got some sort of handle or control on this. Eventually, as you start like trying to push the radiation out, like clear it, or diminish it in some form, you finally start getting that same sense like when you deal with other forms of radiation like you have in the past.
So familiar and manageable.
Yes. And thankfully it was at a level it didn't require you to strain too much. So within 10 minutes or so, she gets it down to where all your signs are saying radiation levels negligible.
I wonder if I could kind of generate a force field of, I don't know, like changing the radiation.
That would be a power stunt.
Okay, one at a time.
Right. You're already currently working on one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Note.
Okay. Well, that shall we?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Then, Pulsar, since you seem to have a connection to the facility, can you determine what caused the increase in tetran radiation?
Okay. I'll try to use the computer, the system I got in front of me to. Yeah. Is there any like like when you log into a computer and it automatically shows you like, hey, these are the things that are going wrong.
So you're looking for paperclip.
Yeah. No. I'm trying to see like, is there any like obvious like diagnostic applications or something that would
nothing like that. It doesn't mean you can't request that information.
Okay, I would
but
like to
you don't see
request.
anything like on your heads-up display.
Okay, I'd like to I'd like to request a diagnostic of the station and kind of see what the issue might be.
Okay, give a roll.
Oh man.
Reason.
Spend karma.
After this, you
What?
won't have to make a roll. You'll have enough of a hang of patching through to it that you can manipulate it without having a roll.
Your reason is good, is that correct?
Yeah. It's a GD.
Clippy.
Add 45 to that.
Okay, GD plus 45.
Paperclip comes up in his VR. He's like, how can I help you?
Hi.
I'm
It
your
looks.
virtual assistant.
We
Hi,
can't get
it-
away from him.
Animated freaking paperclip.
Hi. It looks like you're trying to figure out why the F this space station is leaking radiation. I got a green feed.
Okay. So I will actually send this directly to you.
Uh-oh.
Shh, it's a secret.
And I will let you translate. So basically, when you request that, you see a window pop up on your heads-up display, giving you the basically it's the station-wide alerts, letting you know what is needed. It tells you where you can find them, and it actually tells you the parts needed to repair them with.
Okay. So Pulsar is like mono eye, just like narrows as he starts to read this stuff. He says, "Okay, my nerdier
He
sibling."
puts on his mono eye
Monocle.
reading glasses.
Yeah. I only have one eye, but I have reading glasses. It's two things. Okay, so yeah, you guys should write this down. But so the redundant belt system to the Nadion relay. The station is powered by Nadion emissions, and this part is essential to its continued supply of energy. The metaphasic matrix module that controls the silicate vertex recycler. I'm pretty sure that's Spanish. Shielding module so that's the shielding module that processes the stealth fields and radiation protection, and the aluminosilicate tetrion emissions valve. Oh, I've been misspelling tetrion this whole time. Some of the secondary systems in the station produce tetrion emissions, and this valve is important to the emissions, so the emissions don't vent inward. Okay, so yeah, so this station has 3 problems, and those are the things we would need to fix: the redundant belt system to the Nadion relay, the metaphasic matrix module, and the aluminosilicate tetrion emissions valve.
Interesting. Are you able to generate any type of map so that we know where these machines are located in the ship?
Can I pull up a map?
Yes.
Okay. Do I? And you said I don't have to roll anymore?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pull up a station map then on my heads-up display so everyone can see it.
Cool. Hyperion looks at that, memorizes it, makes
Sure.
sure. Excellent.
It shows like the 3 locations on the station that where these systems are located, and it gives a rundown of the parts needed to fix them.
Can you scan for life forms?
Yeah, I would like to do a scan for life forms, please.
So the system tells you that it has been. Let's see. This is 95, so it has been. It has been 4 cycles since any life form has been present.
Okay. All right. So yeah, 4 cycles since there's been a life form present on board this ship. Is this a ship? Is this a space station?
It is a space station.
Okay, giant space station.
Did this space station then generate the distress signal automatically?
I'm guessing the Yeah, I'll kind of search for like to see if there's any sort of indicator of like something that like, oh, because X happened, it sent out the distress beacon.
Look for any mysterious video journals of scientists with like, radiation in the background talking about how it's not going to last and they're the last people and all of that stuff.
Okay,
And that you get in video games.
So unfortunately, there's not a whole lot you can access beyond what you have right now, but it does indicate that the reason why the signal was produced is it detected it detected a Dexamite Praetorian in the solar system.
That's you.
In our solar system?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, is that me?
Well, welcome, Praetorian.
Huh.
You're the last Dexamite.
Oh,
Um,
cool. So this is my ship now.
Yeah, this is your space station. What
Look
would
at
you like
me.
to call
Look
it?
at me. I am captain now.
Praetorian Base 1. Let's go.
Okay. Sorry. Writing notes. Okay.
Is it bad that I'm suffering from ship envy?
Oh, did we ever figure out, is this a space station, a spaceport, a space city, a
Space
ship?
station.
It's a space station. But yeah. There hasn't been a living thing on this station in 4 cycles. Lightbringer, there doesn't seem to be any Dead Space style recordings that it has, but I guess maybe we'd have to find them if there are any. But there's nothing here on at least there's nothing logged in that I'm seeing.
Can you ask the computer if there are bodies?
I'll search the computer to see if there's a morgue or any body.
Yeah, were the life forms, did they expire or did they leave?
Yeah. Any last logins to kind of see what the last people that were here were doing?
It gives you an error and indicates that it is unable to process additional requests until the emergency has been resolved.
Okay.
And it indicates that gives an estimated time that this particular facility is will only remain in orbit for less than half a cycle if these are not finished.
Okay. All right, guys. We have less than half a.
By the way, the name of this location is the Proxima Centauri Orbital Fortress and Research Center.
Ooh. That's me.
Did we hear that?
No, it's displaying on its heads-up display.
Oh.
So you would actually see it.
We don't actually see that. Darn.
Okay. Oh yeah. So but no, I can project my heads-up display. So yeah, I'll do that for the benefit of everybody. Apparently, this is the Proxima Centauri Orbital Fortress and Research Center.
You got a fortress?
I mean,
you have a research center with Dexamite technology.
Yeah, and
this is amazing.
It will explode in less than half a cycle unless we fix the problems with it.
How long is a Dexamite cycle? Hyperion, are you aware of this?
Measurement of time.
Yeah, can I like translate what they mean by cycle?
A cycle is roughly equivalent to a year.
Okay. In this case, it's approximately 1 year. Therefore, in half a year, it'll eventually decay. Okay. But we might as well start now to fix these 3 problems.
Yeah, it says that if we can fix it, it might be able to answer more questions. But at the moment, I guess the problems with the ship are so bad that it's like, hey, fix me before you play solitaire.
Understandable.
Okay.
What about Minesweeper? Fun fact: Minesweeper is how we fix one of the issues.
Oh.
We can travel from place to place as a group, since we've never been here before. Whenever we're heading to a new location, Lightbringer, will you be able to deal with the Tetrion emissions in that area?
Yeah, I'm feeling more familiar with it, so it probably won't be as hard next time.
Excellent.
So as you're conversing amongst yourselves, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you see basically certain things are updating on the heads up display because Pulsar has just kind of got it up on display. The system has now logged one Terran, one Alinar, one Heliopolis, one Salant, and one Dexamite,
right
and it has a tagline indicating that it is rank Praetorian, and one Hyperion unit.
There were more of you?
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought you were the only one.
We have Infinity Brothers.
I don't even want to think about that right now.
We kind of already did. We could generate copies of itself, but
Oh, Infinity times 2.
maybe we should. Do you guys think it would be best to like start with the Tetrion emissions valve? Like, because if we fix that one, that will at least make it. Yeah, so
I agree.
Lightbringer doesn't have to keep adjusting our stuff.
All right, let's get to it.
So thankfully, you know it basically gives you the part that you need to fix it, although you have no idea where you're going to get the part from, which means you're going to have to fabricate it. So if you take parts from this ship and parts from potentially parts from the station, you may be able to fabricate a new one using Hyperion's hyper invention.
Okay. Would I be able to bring up like schematics or any of these things? Like
you actually can. They were very efficient. If anything was to go wrong, it can tell you what is wrong, what is needed to fix it, and gives basically blueprints of that particular device.
Nice.
Okay.
Which also tells you, Hyperion, since you are the computer mind here, that this station was purposely built to last. It was built to be some sort of long range something or other. So they had to have this on hand, so they knew what to fix and how.
Okay. So we are plugging Hyperion into the first socket we find.
Oh,
probably. Okay. Yeah. So then we gather pieces and whatnot, and I'll go ahead and try to fabricate the replacement valve.
Okay. And so the other benefit here is that Hyperion has jacked into the black site previously, so you already know how this functions here.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you know that this facility has a fabrications area.
To the fabricator.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely using that then.
So go ahead and roll your hyper invention.
Nice. Okay, and this could be it. And can he use repair / tinkering that talent to give it a column shift? Cool. Okay. That puts it to Shift X. Green feet.
Okay. So that was enough. The piece looks a little janky by comparison. So you take a few moments to ground it off and reshape it so it looks like it's going to fit appropriately. I mean, it would still fit once you remove the paneling. It just means that part of it might be sticking out like up against wires and stuff like that. But you get it to fit appropriately. decentralize the power in that section so you can install it, pull it back up, which again, there are plug-in jacks that Hyperion can connect to here at specific terminals. And that particular issue is resolved. Your heads-up display pulsar indicates that the ETA for dispersal of Tetrion particles should be within the next 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Hey, all right, guys, that looks like that did it. We have 5 minutes, and I guess it'll be fixed.
Excellent. Then 5 minutes from now, we can continue to fix the other 2 locations, and hopefully that will provide you with full access to the information that the station has.
Okay.
So after the Tetrion particles go away, we see about fixing the other 2 problems.
Okay. So which one's next?
Let's see. There was the
There was
the Nadion relay.
Yeah.
It's the redundant belt system to the Nadion relay.
Okay.
And then the metaphasic matrix module that controls the silicate vertex recycler.
Right.
Which is the shielding module that processes the stealth fields and radiation protection. So the Nadion one is essential for power, and I guess the matrix module is responsible for the stealth and radiation protection.
Yeah, let's make sure that this place's power plant isn't messed up. So we'll do that first, and then the metaphasic matrix module second.
Okay. So you're again taking parts off of Ixion's ship, as well as trying to cannibalize locally
Right.
on the station. Go ahead and roll again, Dale.
All right. Yellow feet.
Okay. So at this point, you guys have dropped effectively about an hour stripping things down at this point and working on getting the other things done. You have now recreated a functioning redundant belt system for the Nadion relay. So you've got that installed. It repowers up. And as other parts of the station are coming back online, Dale, you realize this particular station actually has a what would effectively be a perpetual motion engine generating the power plant.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's just the downside is if the parts wear out, then it's no longer going to continue. It'll operate off of
It's a row of
batteries.
balls being suspended, clacking back and forth.
Fascinating. This can provide seemingly endless supply of energy. Huh. Fantastic. As long as nothing breaks, it can continue.
Huh. Dad left us a heck of an inheritance.
Assuming it was him specifically, this seems to be simply just something that the Dexamite civilization made. Not that he was directly part of it, but the fact that you are being named as a Praetorian, as if you were a member of that civilization, is interesting.
Yeah, it's the first I've heard of it.
How long has the station been in need of repair?
I'm assuming since the first. I guess it must have been when I first got the what's it called, the distress signal. But yeah, could I check to see like when these things started to go down, the problems?
After the next piece has been repaired, yes.
Okay. I'm not sure yet, but we can find out after we fix it.
So FYI, you're getting dangerously close to starting to cannibalize important systems on Ixion's vessel.
Okay.
So don't mess it up.
Right. Okay. Then for this one,
spend some karma.
Yeah, exactly. Getting at least a green, I'd only need to spend 10. So that's what I'll do.
Joan can teleport us back to Earth, right?
She could tell
Oh,
you.
no, 'cause-
She could teleport you back out into space.
Oh yeah, because we're in the.
Oh, I could get there on my own.
Well, but because like
Thanks.
if this is made of the same stuff as the black site, doesn't that mean that warping is not feasible within it?
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
probably true.
So green feet.
Green feet. So again, you finalize the last of the repairs, or at least the ones that it has flagged down, and you fix the aluminium. It's the alumino-silicate tetrion emissions valve, or not that. Sorry, that was the other one. The metaphasic matrix module
Yep.
that actually controls the silicate vertex recycler, which at this point, once you have to power it down to replace it and then bring it back up, and you can tell momentarily like it would be visible when that particular piece shuts down, and then you put it back up, and then now your heads-up display at this point, Pulsar is coming back. It is coming back online, and the system indicates that minimum thresholds for continuance have been met. Rebooting or bringing remaining systems back online.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it was in survival mode.
Okay, guys, this whole ship is about to really start up now. We were essentially in save power mode.
We'll
This
see what
should
it's
be really
capable of.
interesting.
So
Pulsar,
at this point,
how long have you
the
been
lighting
receiving
on the
the-
inside goes from like that amber glow, which was basically like emergency lighting,
Right.
to clicking on with these nice, more white lights that click on just, and you can hear them like clicking on as it goes down through the whole system as everything begins to start powering up, throughout the station.
Excellent.
Pulsar, how long has it been since you started receiving the distress signal?
The first time or the second time?
The very first time.
When I don't have my.
It was out of character. It was only about a month or two ago, correct? Even game time?
It was
right?
within a month,
Yeah.
probably less.
So how is it we were receiving a distress signal within such a recent time when the system states that it's been over 2 cycles since a life form has been here?
Well,
Over
I'm
4
guessing.
cycles.
I'm guessing that even though the ship has been without a crew for 4 cycles, it still continued to work until maybe these parts wore out on their own.
Was it sending a distress signal just as a last programmed effort? I wonder if you could find that out.
Possibly, if my internet will allow me. Yeah, I may need to.
Unfortunately,
log
George
on
is
off
having
like a-
some internet issues again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's not your fault.
Okay, so that's 600. Okay, yeah. Let me sign out of the call and let me see if that pops back in.
Sure.
Sean, do you feel like you can teleport in here or no?
Do I have that same feeling?
No, actually, don't.
I'm not feeling anything.
Do you want to try it just from maybe like this part of the room to the other part of the room?
Sure. So try to teleport to the other side of the room.
Okay.
Successful.
That's good.
In case we need to make a quick getaway.
Yeah, I have no idea really the range of my teleportation because it's not something we've had the opportunity to test.
Yeah,
So if you're
that makes
hoping that
sense.
I could get us back home, I don't know.
I wouldn't make you try on something of this magnitude, but
But I
Well,
could definitely
could
teleport
be
us
interesting.
back to Exion's ship.
excellent. We have that venue now. So, Pulsar, are you able to then determine what caused the first distress signal? If there were some sort of cascade of failures?
Can I check the logs to see what precipitated the first error?
Yeah. And it looks like so basically what had happened here is this particular station has been vacant any staff since hold on a second. It was shoot, I've got notes, but I stretched it out over a couple of documents. Unfortunately, I got to get them pulled back up.
Guys, what are we going to name our ship?
Praetorian Research Vessel 1. Fortress.
I don't know.
Fortress. Praetorian Fortress Vessel 1.
Maybe we should leave the naming to Hyperion.
Okay.
So this particular this particular station hasn't had any activity or any members of the scientific community or military for about 1,200 cycles.
it's a while.
Yeah, it's
So that means
Who
our father hasn't been here.
well who
Kinda
who was the last
disappointing.
person to have been here?
are there any logs of who the last person or the last Dexamite that was here?
It just indicated that unknown Dexamite entered roughly 4 years ago.
That's Dad.
That was likely Electrum.
Okay, yeah, 4 years ago.
Did he leave like anything? I mean,
And then after that, of course, systems eventually started to break down.
What kind of activity did the last visitor engage in aboard the station?
Can we tell that from the
So
computer system?
you put that command through, and then you end up hearing a voice coming from the ship again, like it initially it spoke before. It just indicates that perhaps you should just ask me directly.
Compass? This is Compass's home.
so it has a computer like we have at home.
Wait, is Compass? Is this you?
Negative.
No. Okay.
Is Compass a Dexamite?
Compass wouldn't tell me. I think the last time I asked, but Compass is an individual and is not an AI. But
Is he here?
Is he
Or
Electrum?
Compass here?
Compass, are you here in this station?
Currently, you have nothing comes up from Compass.
Oh, Compass is not answering me, guys.
Hold on one second, guys.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Could it be
Oh.
possible that maybe Compass is Electrum?
Wait, we shut off the... I'm sorry, was it Tetrion emissions? And now Compass isn't talking to you?
Well, It kind of because it seemed like we needed to fix all this stuff in order to keep the station moving, but yeah, I'm still interfacing with with the station itself, but for some reason I can't reach Compass.
Okay, I'm back.
But Compass has told me that they're not an AI. They are a person somewhere, but the ship apparently hasn't had anybody in it except for I guess 4 years ago. But is there like a captain's quarters? Is there like a place where we could go to like the heart of the station, like a cockpit or something like that?
Are you talking amongst yourselves?
No, I'm talking to the ship now. I'm looking at the directory.
Here, you're looking for the bean.
Yeah.
It says you may refer to me as Universe, Unified Network Interface for vast extraterrestrial research and systematic exploration.
So the important question to ask is, do you have coffee?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Starbucks on board.
Negative. There is no such thing as coffee amongst the station. However, there are still remnants of the dried substance that the former inhabitants used to drink. I believe it would operate as a similar stimulus.
Okay. They have something similar. Well, no, we can all hear it. This, right? Okay.
Is the facility capable of generating, or does it have a stockpile of Salanthi nutrition?
Negative. This particular facility was not designed for the Salanth.
Is it possible with the technology aboard to synthesize?
Once all of my systems are online, that is affirmative.
Universe, did the last Dexamite leave any logs?
Checking. Yes, one log exists. However, I do
Can
not
you-
have access to it as of this time. Not all of my systems are currently operational.
Which
It will take
systems
some time.
are not operational?
Checking. That those reside currently on drives that I no longer have access to as of this moment. It will take some time to reestablish those connections.
But the drives are here in the station.
Affirmative.
So I guess we hold tight while we wait for the computer to fully come online.
Should
It
we
sounds like
explore?
it is basically doing a hard reboot and must reconfigure its systems.
Universe, is life support online?
Life support is currently online. You have reestablished that connection.
Perhaps
think-
we should explore the ship or the station.
You think we could make a call to Helios? Or is that too far?
Helios doesn't have the capability of receiving this type of transmission.
At least not yet.
Is there a version of Helios inside of Ixion's ship?
There's not, actually. He doesn't possess a virtual intelligence within his vessel.
Oh, okay.
Again, something we need to remedy.
Okay. Well, why don't we explore while we wait for the Universe? Would you be able to tell us the last place that the Dexamite that arrived 4 years ago, the last place they were at before they departed?
The Dexamite you were referring to originated from Saul.
Oh yeah, that's him. That's him.
Okay.
Did Universe, did the previous visitor share genetic code with any of us?
Scanning. Affirmative.
So it was him.
Universe, since you have that ability, can you explain to us why Pulsar is being referred to as a Praetorian?
Checking. Security features require update. Being referred to as Pulsar. Dexamite Praetorian. Need your authorization.
Should I grant it?
Yes.
Okay. Authorization granted.
So there's a chime there for a moment. Shall I authorize for the other non-Dexamites amongst you?
Yes, everyone here.
Warning: this goes against a Dexamite code and rattles off some sort of code, several codes that it goes against.
Your
So
Honor,
we
You
have
could
Dexamite.
be you could be in violation. Still proceed.
Well,
Yes,
we
proceed.
have Dexamite in us.
Yes, proceed. There's no Dexamite civilization or rules for us to break, technically.
Awaiting command from Pulsar.
Okay. Yes. Proceed.
So there's a little bit of a chime. And remind me, what was the question again?
Why is Pulsar being referred to as a Praetorian?
Oh, the individual known as Pulsar has or is currently equipped with Dexamite technology, that of a Praetorian.
I'm telling you, I think Compass is our father. I just have that feeling.
Universe, what then is a Praetorian? What is a Praetorian's purpose?
Praetorians differ depending upon their assignment. They are typically some of the most capable shock troops of the Dexamite Empire.
Oh.
Terrans on the planet Sol might refer to them as special forces.
Uh-oh.
You were meant to take over the planet.
Hold on. Excuse me, your comment made me choke. No, I was nothing that Compass has told me about has ever made me believe that I'm any sort of invasion force. Whatever. Like I thought this was just cosmic power. I didn't think that it was anything soldier-like, but or I guess I should say like military issue. But
By the description given, it almost seems as if the Praetorians are similar to what Earth would call a knight errant, where you have the power and authority to accomplish things of great material importance for the Dexamites.
Parsing. That would be a suitable definition. Hyperion, roll your psyche.
Oh boy.
cool, I'm a knight. Sweet.
Was Electrum a? I just
Praetorian.
Praetorian.
Oh, but they don't know that his name is Electrum.
Whitefeet.
Whitefeet, okay. So you ask that and you see Hyperion's face kind of go blank and start walking off.
Oh,
Hyperion?
And so Universe replies, this individual known as Electrum is unknown to me. And of course,
Electrum is the,
Hyperion goes walking off.
hold on a
Electrum
second.
is the designation of the being we believe to be the previous visitor.
I'm
Mark?
gonna.
Pulsar, see if you can.
Let's follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can
Universe.
still talk to the universe while we're walking.
Yeah, he'll respond. I mean, he can speak. Basically, there's comm links, throughout the whole complex. So he'll just, as you walk past him, just channel his voice unit through that.
Universe, do you have the capability to scan the extended galaxy for life form types?
Parsing. Much of those systems have been brought permanently offline. Reasoning is currently unknown. Suspect they may reside on the drives that I no longer have access to as of this moment.
Oh, is it
We need to find
possible?
those drives.
It might be possible that the
Find my
Dexamite,
brother.
that was last here. What if he hobbled certain elements of the ship that maybe makes it the fortress part, the part that's like the genocidal like elements.
It would make
Negative.
sense that he would.
These
limit-
systems were offline long before this individual gained entry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
Oh.
It would make sense that they were canceled with the potential to prevent any other hostile entities from gaining access to the ability to scan for other life forms. Universe, what is the last known location of Salanthi?
Your question is confusing. Please repose.
As far as your records are concerned, what is the last known verified stronghold of mass of Salanthi individuals?
Members of the Salanthi race are found on the planet Zenri.
It is not in your system at this point that Zenri has been destroyed?
Negative. And you guys
That's
are
interesting.
following Hyperion. He just walks.
Yeah.
He walks into a maintenance bay and lays down on a table.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this isn't good.
Are there? Yeah, are there? Yeah, because I was about to ask about the other Hyperion robots, but yeah, let's try to stop him from plugging in.
And you can see basically something plugs into the back of the head unit, like cords you see come up and go and attach. Robotic arms descend down from the ceiling and begin disassembling him.
No! Oh my god!
Yeah,
Oh no!
cancel that, please.
Undo.
Negative.
Undo.
Your Hyperion unit is woefully out of date.
Wait, you can't. No, wait.
You're gonna void his warranty.
What are you upgrading, universe?
Negative. I am enforcing his warranty.
Oh.
What systems are you upgrading?
It rattles off like all kinds of bits of information. It sounds like it's going to be a full overhaul.
Oh, no.
Will the memory unit be intact?
Scanning. This unit's memory is woefully out of date. We'll attempt to back up on central processors and reinstall.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, we could. Oh no.
How long will this upgrade take?
Checking. This should be done within the next 2 hours.
Oh. But there's
What
no
would
telling
happen
if.
if it was stopped right now?
I mean, it's already pulled him apart. We'd have to put him back together, but it
there's no telling, like, if we lose, like, the memories.
Oh yeah.
If we lose just one, could be catastrophic. Like, oh boy.
Universe, can
when
you...
was the last?
Go ahead.
Sorry. When was the last Hyperion unit on board?
Parsing. The last functioning Hyperion unit was still functioning roughly 1,000 cycles ago.
How long was that?
1,000 years.
Yeah. So right around the fall.
I thought he was created by
Electron.
the
yes.
female professor.
Well, in
Dr.
Electron.
Rostikowski.
Wait.
Rosikowski.
Hold on. This is horrifying because think about if this computer thinks that Hyperion is woefully out of date, and the Hyperion that they made, that Electron created on Earth, if it was limited by Earth's technology at the time, like what is this update going to mean for him?
And if the last one hasn't been here for 1,000 cycles, I mean, it could be.
Can we
We could be going backwards.
Universe, can you bring up schematics and information about the last known Hyperion model, the one that you're upgrading our friend to?
Affirmative. I still have access to that particular data. Query. You seem to be accessing the information that was updated by the Dexamite here 4 cycles ago.
Oh, okay. Whew. Dad
It seems
did it.
like it seems at a glance that perhaps Father set this up to upgrade Hyperion himself. I would hope that is the case.
What if, and this is like I'm just throwing out sci-fi concepts, what if Hyperion is meant to be a vessel for Electrum?
You mean
Like Electrum's not here. If he was put into like an AI state to be put into a hyper advanced robot,
I would still punch him in the face.
Then it would seem that
you can't punch our dad brother in the face.
then it would seem that the
Try and stop me.
genealogical tree would be something out of the South, I believe, is the way that the Americans would have referred to it.
Dad, brother.
Is it Alabama robot?
Sister Ant.
Would that make our family tree any less
Weird.
complicated? Yeah.
No,
I mean,
it really wouldn't.
If we get a divorce, will I still have to call you sister?
I can't wait after this update if Hyperion's got a twang.
So
I
it's
tell you what.
so it's
Now look here, y'all.
so it's going through and it's bringing down what appear to be dull looking parts. Right.
dull looking parts?
Yes.
Like old ones?
No. As in like
Gray.
nobody's done anything with them. Like you would see a car pre-paint.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got
so
it.
this is Hyperion pre-paint.
Wait, he paints himself?
So we got to pick out the color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire engine red.
Maybe
Yeah.
Maybe it's Rust-Oleum.
What about like gold and gray?
We should make him like Voltron. Like each part's a different color. Red foot,
Blue foot.
left hand's purple.
So yeah, so when you end up pulling up the schematic or asking for the schematic, you end up seeing that Hyperion stands for High Yield Prototype for Enhanced Robotic Intelligence and Operational Navigation.
Of course, it's an acronym.
It's in his blood.
It's in his oil.
It's
Yeah.
Yes, it's in his oil. His hydraulic fluid.
It's hydraulic fluid, yeah.
And I will post that in the Discord chat so you guys have that. available, so you don't have to try and go back and repeat that. So there you go.
Yeah, I couldn't type fast enough. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
Let you
you're
all
fine.
down.
So, so eventually he ends up being like twice the size he was before, and somewhat boxy looking. And as it's ratcheting in everything in place, it looks like it's going through. And it puts a humanoid looking head on it. But it's very bland looking. So think iRobot kind of, in structure. Like there's just not a lot of expression or anything to it. But then as it gets put together, you start to see like the seams start to go away, and it starts like transforming in a way and locking back down into what appears to be a more human shape. Like the metal itself is responding to the commands of the arms that are coming down and fixing it. Like, like if you like when you screw something in and it tightens down, think of that sense, but instead of just tightening something to the side, it actually forms correctly. So it's like,
yeah. So his body's like spooling together.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Universe, would it be possible to upgrade nanite technology to be resilient to electrical pulses?
Negative. Nanites, by their very nature, would be affected by electricity as well as magnetism. And then you hear uploading.
Oh.
And there's a screen. It's like.
Now we find out how much of Hyperion is left.
Hyperion is now running on Windows XP.
Oh no!
We're all doomed.
It's not the year 2000 yet.
His eyes open. It's like do do do.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. Yeah.
Bling, bling,
bling, bling. Oh no, we got the circle of death.
And then there's a moment where the download eventually stops. Then you hear some cycling going on in the background as certain systems are starting to boot back online. Hyperion, roll your psyche.
Oh boy. Here we go. Let's see here.
Do we have any more karma left?
We do. So let's see.
Yeah, I think you need to use it.
Probably. Yeah, we're at 250. Let's see. My psyche is good. So if we spent 45, I can get at least a green.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm making an executive decision. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. And let the English see you do it.
Green result.
Okay. So eventually, he comes back online. He is roughly about a half foot taller.
Dang.
From everything that's pieced together. Unclothed, obviously, so he'll have to put that back on or fill the quantum space and get that pulled back out.
He wore clothes.
What's that?
He had a uniform, like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he wore clothes. I just thought he was like built like that, like Mega Man.
So
does he have clothes on now?
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle, I guess.
Okay. Ugh.
Mark, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
His voice, however, is echoey.
Microsoft saying.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
How do I feel, Jerome? Like, what is this like now for Hyperion? Like,
He's
as
has his
far
health
as
routine.
what he feel like, what his capabilities are? Can he make
He
like a
feels
internal
feels roomy.
diagnostic or anything? Can he can he do an internal diagnostic to see like what's been changed or anything?
Oh yeah,
He
yeah. I
feels
mean,
beefy.
so
He gets
you-
a pop-up that
so-
says all the new features.
yeah. Yeah. So as soon as you do, and it gets done running the process, it says beefy.
Beefy
Is this-
protocol has been activated.
Is this puberty? Is this puberty for Hyperion? He's
Uh,
suddenly a foot taller, deeper voice.
so as you
starting looking at other computers in different ways.
So as you are going through, running through the process, basically what it did is it went through and took out all of the tech that had been, developed on Earth,
Yeah.
and replaced it with more appropriate high tech. So the internal organs are all situated correctly, the way they should for your system. You can so for the first time ever, you can taste, and you can use some water. now and that is it is a different sensation. You sometimes, when you were dealing with your total memory, it obviously took a lot, similar to a hard drive, right? It would take some time. It was there, but it took time to recall. Now
Right.
it's like the difference between a hard drive and an SSD. Everything is it comes way faster to you, for your mental acumen, and you can tell that the actuators on your joints are actually upgraded.
I have been replaced with Dexamite level technology. And
Yeah, it just took you apart and put you back together.
I see. Do we have water available?
Why do you need to wash off the dust?
I've received new sensations and I can taste. I seem to require water. This is what being thirsty is like. Interesting.
You're probably tasting dust.
Universe, is there water on the station?
Affirmative. There is an H2O rehydration station.
Oh,
Merely
okay.
press the button and a tablet will rehydrate.
He now has a yottabyte memory rather than a terabyte. It's yottabyte. I looked this up. It's the largest decimal unit prefix in the metric system, denoting a factor of 10 to the 24th power.
Wow.
Just a little bit.
Red Arsenal will go and get water for Hyperion.
Okay, so you just basically, what you end up doing is you walk to a station, you press a button, you see a tablet drop down, and something like a light comes on, and you hear a little bit of a hum, and then you see water fill up a cup.
Nice.
Emerald Titan says he's a real boy now. I could just see Hyperion. I'm a real boy.
So he'll bring the water. He'll bring the water back to Hyperion and hand it to him. Oh, you guys need to see how they do water here. It's cool.
Are you going to sing I Got No Strings?
He never had strings.
Fascinating. I can assure you I have no strings on me.
Emerald
Wonder
Titan's
what other-
saying it now.
Wonder what other surprises this space station is going to have.
Well, we can't upgrade nanobytes.
Should we try and find those drives?
Yeah.
They didn't. The universe did not state that he could not upgrade the nanites. He simply stated that they could not be upgraded to where they would be resilient against electricity.
Oh.
Universe, would it be possible to upgrade my nanite technology that is incorporated in my being?
Would require extensive research.
So the Dexamites never had nanites.
Would you need a sample?
Negative. The Dexamites did have nanites. Nanites were never infused into a living individual, let alone one of his physiology.
Oh, this is going to be a custom order. Okay, okay.
Would you need a sample?
Perhaps.
You may take it at any time. Just let me know, and I will donate one.
It says at this point, I would prefer to be fully operational before I conducted such research.
We got to find those.
How
Wait.
can we assist in that process, Universe?
You cannot. It is simply a matter of time before all of my systems are back online.
I see.
Okay.
Oh, we just got to wait.
And this is what he said. He said it would take a few hours, right? This is what he said.
Mm-mm.
Just for being
No, he did not give an ETA.
What is an approximate ETA for you to be fully functionally online?
At this point, I cannot determine.
How about we kind of take a tour around, just kind of get a lay of the land? I mean, we're not going to be able to leave on an Ixion ship for a bit, so we may as well kind of get used to the place. Maybe we'll find some clues left behind, like if Electrum was here, maybe he left something like a journal or some indication of maybe why he was here. But while we wait for the computer, why don't we take a look around?
But he did leave a log of something, but
Universe hasn't been able to access it yet.
Yeah.
We simply need to wait before he regains that access, and he can't determine what it is because he's not connected to it. I think exploring the area would be excellent. It also gives us a good idea of the type of technology that's here. And Universe, is there a reason this station is in orbit of this particular planet? Was it looking over something on this world?
Parsing. Much of that data is currently still locked out to me. However, this particular station was designed with the monitoring and installation of the Sol system.
this was their jumping off point.
Installation?
Affirmative.
The Sol system, out of character, the Sol system is our system, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Earth? Yeah.
Universe, when you're fully operational, would it be possible, like, do you have the ability to travel from one planet to another? Like, would we be able to move you out of Proxima Centauri's orbit and then over to Earth's?
Negative.
No?
I am in a permanent stationary orbit.
Okay. Well,
I detect that the vessel capable of delivery of my physical body here is long since gone.
okay. Are there any other... I know we came in on a hangar, but are there any other ships located within the station?
Negative. My logs indicate that there had been one remaining. There is no longer one logged within my hangar bays.
Okay.
Did the prior Dexamite, when he was here, did he leave anything behind other than the possible files that you have not gained access to? Any physical?
It is unknown as of this point.
Well,
Do you
let's
know
start
the
looking around?
Do you know the area in which he stayed?
Negative.
We'll need to wait for more of that information, especially whatever log he left. But I agree, we should actually look around the station to see if there's anything else of value that we can copy, use, or simply learn from.
That's a good. Perhaps we can check the engineering or medwing or even the lab facilities. There may be information in one of those places that may indicate why he was here.
Yeah, I think in addition to that, captain's quarters, cockpit,
Bridge.
yeah, there's got to be an operations room.
My facilities currently has, and rattles off, everything that's in it. My specific task was the monitoring, securing of the Sol system. When I was fully operational and the Dexamite military was ensconced therein, it could house up to 200 military personnel.
And how many non-military?
Not a logical question.
Is there a prison on board this ship?
Affirmative, there is a brig.
Are there weapons aboard this station?
Scanning. That is currently unknown.
Mhm.
I believe that still resides within the drives I no longer have access to.
Okay. You should probably check out that prison too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Universe, could you provide us with a map or some other guideway, like lighting up the floors in order to help us get to our destinations?
Also, Universe, is there a sick bay?
Affirmative, that is in the med wing.
Carmen, that might be something of interest to explore.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what. Actually, yeah, you're right. It really would be.
To the
Why
mid
don't
way?
we? How about you and I head and try to find that? Why the guys try to find the brig and command center?
Okay.
Lightbringer, could you set up the comm thing for all of us?
Yeah, let's do that.
Crown activate.
We'll activate the
Crown
device.
is royal.
Yeah, she will activate her crown.
Crown
Do
of
I-
Omens.
Do I just roll Psyche?
Yes.
Give me Psyche beyond Psyche.
Mm-hmm.
That's a white feat.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Go ahead.
Red Arsenal, do you want to pair up and go check the brig / armory?
Sure, let's go.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yellow.
2x2.
There you go. So you patch through, and everybody is now connected to the Crown network.
I'll say testing, testing.
Coming in loud and clear.
Excellent.
Affirmative.
You are now connected to the Crown network.
Brought to you by NPR.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that Barry
You hear-
White's voice.
You see Hyperion rubbing his ear, and you hear this squelching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do you need to reconnect Hyperion to the Crown network now that he's a different body?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going to make you role play, but yes, that it is something you do have to do.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll do a roll call and then I'll reconnect anybody that's not in it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
Off we
we're
go to
going
our
up 2x2s.
Okay.
The buddy system.
So who's
Where
going
we
where
going?
first?
Ladies to the med bay.
Okay. So you head over to the medical wing. All of you would see this in some form or fashion. This doesn't look like that somebody cleaned this out in a mad rush. right? It looks like it was abandoned. So you can still see like, notepads, electronic notepads left down, or tablets, I should say. Data pads, that's the term I was looking for. You can see like, if you pass by, certain quarters or whatnot, or barracks, you can see that like there, some cups may have been left out at some point in time, or foot lockers or whatnot. So it's just like, eventually everybody, it looks very different than the black site. I'll put it that way. The black site had some wear and tear. It had people that had infringed upon it at other times, whatnot. This looks like it just, everybody's gone.
Are there any remains?
No.
Can
when
we
you guys
try
get
and-
to the med lab, you can see that everything is still like the shelving units are in place, or they're closed down. You can see that there are probably some vaccinations or vaccines, some medicines that were still in there. It's not fully stocked, but there was still a little bit left. You can see that they've got medical equipment, still around. Tables where people may have been operated on or had to rest for whatever reason. The equivalent of very high tech chambers that did like scanning for X-rays, as well as superficial healing and whatnot. Very high tech looking lab or med bay.
Is there like computer access in here? And is it in English?
No.
Okay.
Chinese.
Can I ask Universe to decode it for me? Does he have access to it?
Question: why do you require English?
I don't understand Dexamite language.
Interesting. One moment.
Daddy never taught us.
Then you see the system like reboot, and then it's spitting out in English. The layout doesn't look nearly as nice as it did before, but it's in English. It's basically like rebooting Windows with a different font type, and so stuff just doesn't sit quite right.
Yeah.
It was in Wingdings before.
Can I
That's
see
cute.
what
That's
kind of
super
research
pop.
they were working on?
Yeah, so I mean, when you go to access it, it requires security credentials.
Of course.
Didn't
Ask,
they give,
ask the Praetorian.
didn't they give you guys credentials?
No, you gave them
No?
permission to enter.
Oh, okay.
How about the data pads? Can I like open those?
Yeah.
But they're probably also in Dexamite.
They are.
Ugh, I wish we could download stuff like Hyperion does.
Is there someplace that I can make, like, write on the board or something, and have Universe understand what I'm writing?
On the whiteboard, yeah.
Is there a whiteboard in here?
Equivalent to, yeah, it's clear, but yes.
I'm going to say, Universe, I'm going to write a chemical compound on this board, and I'd like you to tell me if you understand or have seen something similar.
Affirmative. Waiting for
And
your
I'm
input.
going to draw out the virus.
Okay. So it takes a bit, obviously, because it's very complex. And Universe comes back and says, that appears to be a variant of the Undeath chain.
Have you encountered it before?
Affirmative. I do not have access to all of those logs, but what logs I do have, it does appear to be, or it does appear that the scientists that were stationed here were aware of that.
Can you show me their research on it?
Negative. That is sealed behind security layers.
Can you get Pulsar? Pulsar, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Could you please tell Universe to give Carmen and myself security access to the med bay?
Sure. Universe. I'd like you to give Lightbringer and Shone access to any and all logs in the med bay, please.
Negative. I do not currently have access to those particular drives. Once those become online, you will be able to then begin to refabricate IDs.
Okay.
They will be locked with their biological signatures, and then at that point in time, should you grant their permission, their badges will be granted permission.
Okay. Sorry, guys. That stuff is. I won't be able to do anything until it's fully operational. But it says once that happens, we'll be able to get you guys access to everything you want to look at. But we're gonna have to wait on that, unfortunately.
Oh, I hate this. I feel like we're so close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Patience. For all we know, it may take just a few minutes or hours for Universe to regain connection to his hard drives.
Or it could take a few cycles.
I find that to be unlikely, given the advancement of Dexamite technology. Look at the speed with which they re-engineered me.
Okay. All right.
I was able to replace you with parts on hand.
He's trying to big you up, Universe.
Should we find something to eat?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Should we look for some food?
Universe, can you show us to the mess hall?
Affirmative. If you follow the flashing lights along the floor, they will take you to the mess hall. I have determined that the rehydrated cuisine that is still available, with the exception of your Salanth friend, should sate all of you.
And this stuff doesn't have like a shelf life?
Negative.
Could be interesting.
Have to get food poisoning up here.
Space pizza.
Well, we've got a very nice med bay.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Home Depot bucket.
Okay, I'll say over the relay that there seems to be research on that virus, but we can't access it until the memory's been restored. So we're going to head to the mess hall to check that out.
Noted.
Have you guys found
Who are you,
anything?
Scooby-Doo and Shaggy?
Mm-hmm.
Ruh-roh.
Rightbringer. Zoink Shone.
Zoinks, Joan.
Pinkies.
Oh my gosh.
Where we going, Posar?
Let's split up like a seed.
Did you ever see the one where they crossed over with Johnny Bravo?
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
Yes.
that was great.
Yeah.
Like Ixion, I lost my nanites. I can't see without my nanites.
I can't.
All right, well-
Hyperion.
So you were directed to the mess hall, and there is a small, what appears to be like a droid, but it's nothing like an R2 unit. It's just a simple hovering platform that comes out that has tablets basically on a plate already. And it's, the plates are shuffled out respectively to you on the bench where you guys are sitting.
Can we tell what
first.
they are?
They're
Are
different.
there choices?
There are
There-
different. They are
varieties?
different colors. That's all you can.
They're
really
different
tell.
colors. No pictures.
No.
You first.
Okay, I will pick one at random.
Okay. So you've got a red one, a blue one, a green one, and 2 whites.
Green.
Okay. So it takes a moment, rehydrates it. It doesn't look like anything that would necessarily resemble food. But
It's
it
not a
doesn't.
chef salad.
It doesn't
Just
look.
look like a mush.
Yeah, it looks like a type of paste.
My favorite.
And we don't need like utensils or anything. It's just like a tube.
No, it's not a tube. It was like a pellet that was sat on a
Oh, yeah.
it's a rehydrated.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it gives you the equivalent of a spork.
Okay. I will have a taste of it.
Okay.
Good.
So you take a taste of it, and at first your body wants to just throw it right back up because it's paste. It's weird look. It's green paste of some kind. But when your taste buds eventually get a catch of it, it tastes a lot like a nice seared steak that somebody sprinkled some lime juice on it.
Ceviche.
It's interesting. Once you get past the texture,
Yeah, that part kind
Uh,
of worried me there for a moment.
the flavor's actually not bad. I mean, like kind of tastes like steak. Here, try this.
She will dip her finger in it.
Okay. So same thing.
Okay, I'll try the
That's
blue.
weird, huh?
Yeah. So she'll choose the blue.
Okay, so you choose the blue. There's a second as the light above the table kind of turns on real quick and hydrates it. It's a bluish looking paste with some black flecks in it.
She'll do the same thing. She's gonna stick her finger in it, kind of taste it.
Okay, this one actually tastes a lot like maybe like a type of fish with some garlic butter on it.
Some tilapia and garlic.
Carmen will take a taste of that one.
Okay. So if you are a fan of fish with some warm garlic butter spread across it, there you go.
Okay, and then Sean's going to choose all the rest.
She's gonna do what?
Just gonna
She's
try
gonna
all
be,
of them.
yeah,
Oh,
she's
just
gonna
hydrate
have
them all?
all.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you gonna do that thing like kids do at like with the soda fountain where they get a little bit of everything in the cup?
Suicide.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Suicide. Yep.
yeah. Great. We can do the gravy.
We've got the green, we got the blue, the red. The red came off very much like like a Doritos taco.
Oh yeah, she's eating that one.
So sort of
My
a
face.
concoction.
Hey, wait! Let me try that one. Don't eat it all.
The whites are actually a lot like cooked potatoes with butter.
And that was a yellow.
And then the yellow is the yellow ends up kind of citrusy tasting, another seafood like, but with lemon across it. So a little bit more like lobster with some lemon.
Yar, you won't get scurvy.
Food's not bad, guys. So what have you guys found?
Lightbringer's like writing so many papers right now.
So who was going with who? Or did everybody go? Or so I guess you two were the ones who went to the mess hall. Red Arsenal, who are you with?
With Pulsar.
Pulsar. So what do you got? Where are you guys going?
We were going to go to the brig.
Yeah.
And the armory, if they're related.
They are. They're close, but they're not the same place. The brig does have cells. Nothing's activated right now. They do have a failsafe for like some metal bars to come down, but it looks like what they would typically do is if something was in there, there was some sort of a force field or a barrier that could keep people in place. But nothing is currently on right now.
Okay. Do we see any some word like does it like kind of like how at the black site where we like found people that were still like plugged into stuff? Like, do we see anything like that in the brig? Like, there's no. Okay.
Nothing like that. None of you see anything like that anywhere.
Okay.
It just the place just looks abandoned.
Okay, that's it.
Oh yeah, if you would have told her that she's eating people, that Dorito stuff would have came right back up.
What's this Soylent Green? Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Soylent Green is people.
What does it taste like? That varies from person to person.
It tastes like a
Terrible.
Dorito taco casserole.
Wait, we don't have Doritos Locos Tacos in 1995.
No, you do not.
We
But
are
you do
my.
have Doritos,
We
Oh,
brought them
snap.
and
back.
you do know what taco meat tastes like.
Oh snap! New
Yeah.
legacy invention. We invented Taco Bell.
I was gonna say that's
The
Karma's
Taco Bell was
next
still there.
paper.
Well, no, it's the burrito
It's
alarm.
a
But yeah,
proposal to
You guys checking out the
taco
brig?
company.
I mean, it looks like you could, like, if you needed to throw somebody in there, like right now, you could. But I mean, otherwise, there's nothing. You do see that there are cuffs on hand that are still there. There's obviously a computer for the warden to log into for any reason. But it looks like at best it could probably hold up to 20 people, but you'd cram them in like a total of probably 10 cells.
Okay. Any data pads lying about,
Mhm.
or
But same thing, the
they're
thing
they're
kinda-
locked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and even I can't access them.
Correct.
Okay. All right, yeah. We may as well take some of these with us.
Yeah, take a data pad, and then when we
Yeah.
we can see what's in it.
Yeah, when we get access, we don't have to go running back to all these different rooms.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go check out the armory.
Yeah.
Yeah, armory, very much the same thing. Most of the weapons that would have been like in the lockers are all missing, but it looks very much like a military facility you would expect humans to have. Like there would be lockers where weapons would be secured, where ammunition was at. Then obviously classified weapons off to another side, for people who only had that type of clearance or whatnot. But and then obviously a place where somebody could put on some armor.
Okay. Is
Ooh,
there,
any armor?
There is none.
Oh,
okay, so no armor, no weapons.
yeah, they took. Yeah. All right.
Do we like? Are there any data pads or any computer stuff in here that we would think like, oh, there might be like weapon schematics or?
I mean, there's a computer terminal and there is a data pad in here as well.
Okay, but probably the same thing. They won't
Mhm.
let us in.
Correct.
Okay. We have to get our mom to sign us in. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, we need our Praetorian to sign us in.
Oh man, I'm the mom. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's but it just looks like this place was abandoned. It doesn't look like the place was like taken over or
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wonder-
pretty sparse.
Yeah. I guess they took everything and left, but I guess it's a good sign that they didn't. It doesn't look like they left in a hurry. We don't have to worry about a xenomorph coming to get us.
Knock on wood.
Knock on spaceship.
Yeah.
So then, Hyperion and Xenofreeze, what were you guys doing?
I guess we'll be heading to like whatever command center or operations center there is for the space station.
Sure. So, I mean, Universe would guide you there, show you where it's at. The door just opens up. Same thing. There's nobody there. There's chairs that for stations that nobody is at. There's a soft glow in here and a hum. There's a big heads-up display. There's off to the side. One of them split up into like 6 quadrants. Another one split up into 6 quadrants over here. Looks like they probably monitored various parts of the station. The main screens that they've got brought up obviously monitored this particular sector. And in fact, you can actually see it's still written in Dexamite, but you can see that one of the monitors, all of them could be brought to monitor one location if they needed to. But one was fixed on Proxima Centauri, so you can just see the quiet revolution of the star and the red sun, out there, or the red star, I should say. Another one obviously monitored Earth, so you can actually see Earth from here. And then the other one is currently monitoring Pluto.
Oh boy. Can we figure out why
Still
it's
a planet.
monitoring Pluto?
No, there doesn't seem to be anything. It's just a display right now.
Okay. Let's see here. So then he's going to go to the different like terminals and stuff and see like if there's any information that pops up about these locations, Earth, Proxima Centauri, Pluto, to divine why they're like looking specifically at these places.
Sure. You're reaching the same situation that it's mostly locked out.
Okay.
You can at least read the what's there, but yeah, you're gonna have to get the biometric passes in order to get access.
Okay. Fascinating. And then over the network, he's going to think to everybody. So, Xenofreeze and I have looked through the operations area. It seems that they were actually monitoring 3 locations: this system, Earth, and Pluto. Why specifically those 3 locations, we don't know. All of that information is still beyond our reach. We still have to wait for access. It seems that we're going to run into that issue no matter where we go in this facility. I suggest we try to find anything that can be picked up or sampled. Has anybody found any loose piece of technology that they can carry and take with them? Something we can reverse engineer or perhaps learn from?
We had some tablets in the medical wing.
Yeah.
Mess hall.
Earth
Oh,
and,
never mind.
and
Never
this
mind.
system makes sense. It's the Pluto that has me curious.
Same. Unfortunately, I'm not able to access any further details. Again, it seems everything that's of extreme importance is within those data cores or what have you, those drives that Universe can't access quite yet. We still need to wait for him to rebuild that. Hence,
Are any of you Oh, go
Okay.
ahead, Hyperion. No, go.
Hence my idea of simply picking up what we can and gleaning information from what's simply still here. Has anyone found any other bit of advanced technology, a weapon,
Well,
a portable computer, or anything?
We
We-
found some tablets down by the brig.
Uh,
We went to the armory. They took all the armor and weapons.
yeah, nothing here. We did find some handcuffs and a brig for 20 people, packed into 10 cells. But yeah, no, everything seems like they took everything.
There
Is
was
the-
quite a bit of medical equipment
Mhm.
and we can't read Dexamite, but there is looks like there was medication left behind, maybe some vaccines, maybe.
Yeah, I'd like to do some testing on those.
It would
Yeah,
seem that
and I
if they,
think we should
if
grab
they
some
left
of the
in a
medical
haste-
equipment.
it would seem that they left in a haste. They did not have time to fully stock or take everything with them that was of value.
This is very similar to what we were experiencing at the Black Site on Earth. Strange that they all felt the need to abandon their posts so hastily and
Well,
taking everything with them that they could.
Well, but like all of the weapons and armor and ammunition are completely gone, but they left behind genetic samples. Like, is it possible that, or not genetic, but like, stuff for vaccines and medical supplies? Is it possible that they went off to war and just left the station as is? Because it seems like they took
Possibly.
everything of use to them for a fight.
I
Anything's
mean,
possible.
it's a possibility. Are you guys hungry?
I could eat.
Does
We
the
should try
hunger
this stuff.
originate from the center of your abdomen?
Yes.
Yes.
And we have fish steak and some kind of a taco casserole here, guys. Oh, and potatoes with garlic.
Taco, that sounds good. Why does that sound good to me?
Oh,
Strange.
it is.
You know what, Hyperion?
Don't tell them.
If you can eat, taco is a great place for you to start.
You guys can't hear this. She's gonna verbally tell Carmen. Don't tell him it's paste.
I thought you were going to be hoarding all of them like Gollum. You're just going to be sitting on the dragon hoarding.
All her blue ones. She's got the
Yeah.
blue ones.
Pile of
Already.
pellets, and she's like, "My precious."
Well, since we seem to have a little bit of time, I'm going to experience this food. I'll meet you in the mess hall in just a minute.
We're here. Yeah, and she's rehydrating a couple more blue tablets.
Okay. So what I will tell you as we're going to wrap up here for tonight, Universe does tell you that one of the things obviously he does have access to is that for military reasons, obviously they managed to perfect an MRE that actually tasted good and was nutritious, but because you could get it all the way down to what was effectively like a silver dollar size and the rehydration method, it condensed a lot of their need to ship large items, and they were able to bring mass amounts of food for 80% less of the weight.
Right.
So that
We should
was
definitely bring some of these with us.
so that is definitely one of the technological advancements that obviously kept them on top.
Right.
At the top of the intergalactic food chain. Like
We
it
could
was
Literally.
very, very easy for them to resupply and ship out goods as needed.
feed all of Africa.
So end world
Maybe.
hunger one paste at a time.
Yes. Yes.
That technology obviously would take a bit to re-engineer, but not something you couldn't do.
Yeah, we're whizzes at taking apart stuff.
Yes, but that's where we're going to end for tonight. So thank you again all for hanging out with us, and great game, guys. I got the hiccups. Just before we got the hiccups again. Just before we finish, we're going to do an RP vote. So we will start with Dave. With Davey, who's your RP vote
I'm going to vote for.
This is a hard one.
This is a hard one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Oh, you know what? I could always go with Dale, and then he'll put it back into the bank. No.
Oh, you know what? I was actually I wanted to bring this up with everybody. I know that is what I did before, and honestly, if I win because I'm the leader, that's essentially what I'm going to be doing. If I get it, and I'll just put it in for everybody. But I do suggest that anybody else that wins it, that you actually keep it. That way, it's like you get to use that when you're upgrading your character when it's your turn in the cycle, and you might have won like 1 or 2 RP votes by the time it's your turn, so that could be like 500 or 1,000 extra for you that you have available. Like it might actually work out a little better. At least something to try.
I'm gonna vote George.
Okay. Pulsar Mom. So Brittany.
I think I'm going to go with Dale.
Okay. George.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Rogue, and I'm gonna go with Shelly because it's like how wry she gets, and especially when like talking about the food and being like, I'm gonna try one of everything. Like that made me laugh.
Okay. Dale.
Let's see. You know, gosh, I'm going to go with I'm actually gonna go with Derek because of Ixion's persistence with his family and what he's trying to deal with his own body and stuff. He's got that at front of mind, and he's been trying to like figure that stuff out. I like that.
Okay. Shelly.
Can I just roll a dice? This is hard. I think I'm going to go with Mom.
Pulsar Mom.
Yes, and the reason being is Pulsar has a lot of it has to kind of do with some past RP as well, up to the current, the character growth, and the fact that he's actually accepting that he has a family, and kind of how he kind of took charge here tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Derek.
This is my first time doing this.
I know it's hard.
I think I would have to go with Dale at this point.
So we have a tie.
So go ahead and roll in the chat. Just roll 1d6 or 1d10, however, it's fine. Whoever rolls the highest gets it.
Yeah, this was hard.
Dale, what did you roll?
I got 7.
We rolled a D. Okay, let's see.
He rolled a d6.
He rolled a d10.
He rolled a d6 and he got 7.
I rolled the same thing. I rolled a 7.
We both got 7.
Roll again.
Okay.
You guys unsync.
Oh,
10.
Dale got a 10.
We're brothers, and also he's also our dad, and I'm now the mom.
Brother dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brother
Very
Mom?
confusing family now.
And
Okay, I
George
got
gets a
4.
4. Okay, so Dale gets the karma. So
Thank you, everybody.
200 karma to you. You're welcome to
And-
do with it whatever you'd like.
Yeah, and if it's 200, I'm putting it into the banked karma, which we didn't roll for that this month, did we?
Oh,
yeah.
we did not. Oh, good job.
We have
Okay.
birthdays too. It's
We
Christmas.
have Christmas in October. We have 1, 2, 3. Karma. So Dale, roll for karma. Brittany, roll for karma. Jerome, roll for karma.
Do you want me to roll for regular?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I got a 3.
And what am I rolling? A 1D what?
1d10.
1d10, yeah.
I got 9.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
9.
Awesome.
So Dale got 3. Brittany got 9. Shelly got 9.
9.
Yeah.
I got 8.
Ooh.
8.
That's
Nice.
Lot of karma.
Okay,
That's
so calculate that.
That's 29.
That's 29. And with all of us,
I do
Times
not say
six.
bleh, bleh, bleh.
times the 6 of us, times 50, that's going to be 8,700 karma added to what we
Woo!
currently have, which means, let's see, we've got that, and then we're going to take some away to replenish our available karma, which would be 295 there. All right, so our available karma goes back to 500, and our banked karma is now at a whopping 9,695.
Yay.
It's over 9,000.
Wait, what?
We've got over 9K.
Who's next
Oh,
in the
It's
lineup?
me.
It's Davy's turn.
Oh wow! I'm gonna buy
What?
all the powers now.
He's like, all the things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you guys for all hanging out with us tonight. We get the karma out of the way. Just as a reminder, the week of the 20th to the 26th, I will be out of town, so we will not have any Star Wars or Mythic Savannah or the Marvel Superheroes game that week. And we'll be picking this particular game back up on November the 9th. So we will be finding out what our intrepid explorers / heroes are up to then. And hopefully they make it back in time for supper.
We'll get birthday. We'll get month and birthday XP then too.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Woohoo.
So cool. Alrighty. So thank you again. We're going to go ahead and tune out. And of course, you can also get, you can check out our replays as well as anything on YouTube. So the new episode should be updated probably this weekend. So take it easy and have a good night. Good night, guys.
Bye.